Hello everybody, and welcome to Encounter Roleplay. My name is Will, I'm a D&D sex icon. We're back with another episode of Nameless Horrors. It's the same crew that you saw here at the same time last week. Why is that? Because we're the cast of the show. Let's go around, let's figure out who we are and who we're playing. Let's start with Redundant UK, who is our very own Sloan today. Redundant, how you doing, my man?
Yeah, I'm not too bad, thank you very much. I'm not too bad at all.
You know what,
Hang on,
I'm with you on the peppermint, to be honest, mate. I'm with you there.
Peppermint. Horrid. Just stick with the staple, proper tea, bit of milk, sugar, stir plenty.
I don't know, man. I can't go back. That's part of my tragic backstory. But
Oh, you're just set on the peppermint way now, are you?
well, we'll see. You know, it may be an evolving storyline over the course of the next couple of streams. Redundant, talk to me about Sloan.
Sloan is a slightly unhinged person, very slightly. He is quite tall, but he's very lean. He's about 6'4", probably something around that. Though he's quite lean. Very, very dark shadows under his eyes. He looks like he's going to drop dead any minute because he's just like exhaustion on his face. He has a speciality in knowing stuff about the occult. He's researched cults in the past, here, there, and everywhere, and he has a very special ability to do something gross and then get a vision. It's a lot of fun thinking about what gross things I can do. Yeah. It's the best part, really.
It really is.
But at the moment, he's kind of a bit exposed at the moment, in a library, in the open. I'm going to have to use a few nat 20s there.
You've got some, at least, to use. And if you want to know what Sloan looks like, check in with me about 12 hours later when I finish work, and and I'll be cosplaying him. Amazing. We've got Don with us tonight. Don, how you doing, my friend?
Hey, I'm doing great. I've been thinking about this game all week. I play Garen, who is an average height but very physically built, maybe priest. He kind of has gone, he said both things, and he just recently got back his fancy sword from the police office, and he might need it today. It looks like we might be in a soon-to-be dangerous situation.
Indeed, yes. Maybe priests are my favorite kind of priests, may I add. Amazing. We've got, speaking of which, we got Grimjack with us tonight. Grimjack, how you doing, my friend?
I am doing well, buddy. As always, this is Wednesday. It is 1 o'clock Eastern time in these United States of America, and we are prepared to go yard on some Cthulhu mythos. As Jolly is cocked, locked, and ready to explode, let's do this. I'm not going to wait any longer. On to the next person.
Who's Lindy? Lindy, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing spiffy. I will be playing Lockpick Lou, who's hoping her luck doesn't run short today as they face whatever this crazy lady is in the library. But nothing can ruin her night because she just had a fantastic date with her new boyfriend, Garen O'Kane. And yeah, so she's ready to have fun, and I'm so ready to play.
That's intense. That is intense. Amazing. Perhaps even more tense than the actual main storyline which is going on right now is the sheer tension between Garen and Lou.
I mean, what can you say to a crazy hobo?
Right. I daren't wonder. We also have Pruitt with us today. Pruitt, how you doing, my friend?
I'm doing okay, sir. Hope you get well soon there. And Garen's got to learn the chaste will always be chaste. So he better watch his sword because otherwise Lindy will get her hands on it. I'll be playing Dr. Alan Pierce, physician, humanitarian, compassionate individual, and he's just in over his head with this. He doesn't quite know what to make of it all. He saw some shit in World War I, but this is nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing compared to this. So I can't wait to see how quickly he loses his mind and how many martinis he drinks on the way there.
Amazing. Well, normally I do the recap, but it's going to take me talking a lot. And I liked what I did that one week where I made Don do it because he makes such great notes. So let's do that again. Let's make that a tradition. Don, help me out here. What happened previously? You can give some bullet point notes,
Yeah, I won't go into the full thing because even I don't understand that.
Good. Immediately.
So we arrived to investigate for an organization called Caligula, this suicide, or maybe suicide, of a boy named John Waits. His teacher, Henry Armitage, seemed to think that there was some sort of crazy conspiracy with cults known as the Believers. The Dunwich incident, where 5 police officers got killed mysteriously recently. We went around, we investigated, we found out that the boy's body was infected with some kind of strange sentient fungus. Dr. Aurelia Smith was the biologist that was helping us look into that. And when we went back for her to the university to basically ask her some more questions, we found out she went on a rampage, murdered 5 more police officers, hurt a young student, and then broke through the window and ran away. We had Sloan use his strange powers to investigate what happened to her. Some weird time travel-y kind of thing happened there that I don't really get. And basically, we are now back in the university. We went to check on Henry Armitage, and he is dead. And Dr. Aurelia Smith, looking like half person, half treant, has shown up and hissed at us. And that's where we left off.
Absolutely, you guys broke into the Miskatonic University once again. Well, I didn't break in as such, but you went into the library, and you found that Professor Armitage is no more. He has met a particularly gruesome end, and just appearing out from the darkness is the grotesque form of your quarry, who is, of course, Dr. Aurelia Smith, although much changed. So before we dive into the game, I'll quickly remind you guys of the usual things. First of all, our show Encounter Roleplay is sponsored by dndice.co.uk, the best fucking awesome, dope dice that you could hope to drive your players insane with, as I will be doing today. Making them roll sanity checks with these beautiful dice, and get a discount on them as you do so. Also, if you haven't yet followed the show, hit the follow button and join us. When we hit 20 followers today, you guys in chat get to decide something which happens next in our campaign. Of course, it could be a good thing, but knowing you guys and knowing that it's Call of Cthulhu, it's bound to be something bad. Here is also the tweet. At 20 retweets, we'll have another viewer decision, and you can, of course, donate to affect the games, give players nat 1s, nat 20s, wild magic surges, and this is the last day that the pets table is active for the month, so if you want to give player a pet, now is the last chance. Of course, we have the lovable Larry, the slug, already on board. Garen has an interesting pet we're yet to meet as well, and Sloan has that dope-looking snake, which is around his shoulders from time to time. So let's dive back into the scene. Let's go right into it, because we're basically going to start off with combat here. As you guys are in the library at night with Dr. Aurelia Smith. She is not doing so well.
A resplendent offering.
Not doing so well whatsoever. Thank you, Isriva. I'll read this out here in a second. She has been infected by these strange fungal bacteria which you guys have been coming across, and it has changed and warped her body. She's almost covered in it completely at this point. She looks a little bit like a hag, to be honest. She's like dirty and kind of like moist and wet from where all the fungus is dripping off her and out of her mouth. Her hands and fingers end in like huge, like bone-like claws, which come out, and you guys know are enough to rip apart not just one man, but 5 armed police officers. And you guys are up against her. So let's, before we dive into it, a couple of things happen as you see Dr. Aurelia Smith. Now, first of all, I don't remember if I asked you guys to roll a sanity check yet. Pretty sure I didn't, so let's do that. To begin things off with each of you. We got some nat 1s for Garen, nat 1 for Kip, so let's just get those out of the way here. Let's just pop those. You guys don't need to roll. Make it easy for you. Kip has a wild magic surge from Isriva. Along with Lou, Garen, and Dr. Allen. I didn't forget you, Redundant. You can have one too. You're welcome. Your friendly neighborhood trickster god. So everyone gets a wild magic surge and a sanity check to begin the game off today. And I'll go through and read out what these are in a second. Thanks so much, Israel. As you see the dread form of Dr. Aurelia Smith, you are struck with both a shock to sanity and of wild magic as well.
I want to use a crit success on my sanity check.
Alright, you can do that. I'll allow it. Redundant. Did Sloan pass his check there?
Yes, he did.
Excellent.
His sanity is 83.
So we've got Lou passing, Sloan passing, but Dr. Alan Pierce looks like he has failed. Yeah. Alrighty.
And you nat one to be on that, right?
That's right, yeah. So 3 of you guys fail.
Okay.
So, seeing the Eldritch Unknown, 3 for Garen, 1 for Kip, and 8 for Dr. Alan Pierce, which is really, really bad. Really, really bad. But what might be worse is these wild magic surges. So let's look. Dons, first of all, 8374. Let's see what this reads. 8374. All metal within 50 yards is polished to mirror brightness. So all of the
Sword.
Yeah, the sword. Your sword is polished to a gleaming finish. Lou, yes, Lou has polished your sword off for you, and
You guys are better than that.
yeah, no, we're so much worse. 7958 for Sloan. When you next use rope, it hauls you high into the air.
Cool.
And you also have another wild magic surge from previously, which reads, if you are carrying rope, it threads itself through your flesh. So you've got a couple of rope-based ones. Stay away from any rope. Before
Okay.
the one rope scenario coming up, just
Get away from rope.
yeah, stay away from
Guess
me.
he's into bondage or something. Okay.
Or really not into it.
Yeah.
No, it's into you.
Oh, Dr. Alan Pierce.
That can be
That
good.
is dirty. I'm gonna keep that one to myself here because it's gonna be so good for later. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
Yay!
It's good. It's good. All right, and Greg's 1814.
It's Rhythm Nation, 1814.
There we go. Oh my God, what is Harry Kiri? That is a thing, isn't it? I know.
Suicide.
Yeah. Okay.
I can do the whole Pierce speech from MASH if you'd like about that. It ends with that.
Kip tries to commit suicide with some sort of cudgel.
My bat.
He has a
a
bat.
bat. Oh fuck.
So we're gonna give the kind of, seeing as you got a crit fail here, Kip, we're gonna play into that one as well and say that you see this thing and you're just gonna start like bashing your brains out with the bat until you bring yourself round, you know. Dr. Alan Pierce also gets a like a temp insanity from losing 8 sanity in one pop here, and you're gonna want to do the same thing for a little bit, Alan. You want that bat. You'd like that bat to crush your skull for a little bit.
Well, maybe we'll keep each other from killing each other by trying to kill ourselves.
Maybe so.
Isn't that what friendship's all about?
Suicide is easy.
Suicide is painless. It brings on many changes.
This one's incredible. Lou, each sunset you turn into a tree, but you reverse at dawn. We're going to play into Larry on this one and La Fungus, which you have both licked, which is the closest thing to a tree that I can think of is natural. At sunset, you have to vomit up fungus. Each sunset, you have to vomit at the end of each day. You've gotten a build up, and you're gonna have to start vomiting it up. It's gonna be
Larry
a painful
too.
thing. Larry's gonna have to do it as well.
At least Larry has a little toilet he puked up earlier, so you know.
That is true. That is true. So let us launch into things here. Let's see. Let's roll some decks just to get some kind of turn order rolling in, and I'll see what the lovely Miss Aurelia Smith can perform with. You vomit up lentils. And
Yep,
oh,
little.
Miss Smith is going pretty quick here.
It's okay. I have a better number.
You certainly do, on a 69 from Lockpick Lou. So we have Dr. Aurelia going first, and then I think the next lowest roll is a 12 from Dr. Allen.
Then Kip.
Then Kip. Then we've got Sloan? No. Garen, then Sloan. Alright, so Dr. Aurelia, Dr. Allen, Kip, Garen, Sloan. By the way, your like temp insanities will last for 1 round. So you're going to be fucking around for a round here. So Dr. Aurelia, she kind of screeches out, and she is going to come towards. Let's see, who might she pick? Let's just roll a dice on this one, shall we? Yeah. Let's do maths.
Kip was stealth. I was the only one that stealth. Just so you know.
You were quite well stealth. So it's going to come towards Garen. Garen, you kind of call out here in the open. You turn to see Dr. Aurelia Smith. You lose a little bit of sanity as you see this thing, which clearly is a demon in your mind. She launches herself in towards you, and is going to miss, luckily for you, on a 97. You can describe how you'd like to block or dodge this as she brings her like claws raking down towards you, enough to cut off your head.
So as she comes straight at Garen, he's still holding onto the cello case, and he swings the case upward and kind of bats away one of her hands, and the force of her blow still forces him back, like he slides back a couple of feet and drops the case on the ground, but manages to deflect the blow.
Very nice, very nice. That is going to be towards Dr. Allen's turn then. She comes in and takes a swipe. Alan, you get a chance to try and bust your skull in with Kip's bat.
Yeah, just seeing this and the possibility of this is what I could become. He just has a brief flash of like, no, and I know that Kip's trying to hide, and he runs right over and grabs the handle of his bat. He's like, I need this, please. I need this right now, please. So what would that be? Like a strength check?
Yeah, if you want to wrestle it off him, probably be like a opposed fighting brawl.
Okay.
Opposed strength or opposed fighting brawl?
Brawl.
Okay.
87 from the doctor. 74 for Kip. So both of you fail, but yeah, Kip kind of holds onto the bat as you try and like just tear it from his hands while the screeching and screaming is going on. I would perform the screeches. Instead, I have a soundboard for the audience because my throat today is not my friend. So that's Alan's turn. Kip.
Okay, so as Kip was preparing to swing away, and the sight of this thing has not thrown him into the same level of shock or psychotic movement as the doc has gone through, Kip finds that he's frozen and he can't commit to the act that he wanted to perform. But when the doc comes over and grabs hold of his bat, it breaks him away enough that what he ends up doing is, without causing any harm, he takes the bat, punches it forward into the doc's forehead, and then brings it back on his own forehead, shakes it, and then cocks it back up as the steam begins to come back off the bat. And the eye on the tip of it blinks again as he is back online.
Cool. Let's see then. Garen. It is your turn. You're right. I, for some reason, didn't put Lou on the turn order. There you go.
Yeah, so this thing looks bad, right?
Yeah, pretty bad.
And she's all over my boyfriend.
You could say that.
Okay, well,
You could say boyfriend.
yeah, that's what Lou says.
I believe you.
So I got a gun at the police station earlier.
You did.
And
With a couple of bullets in it.
it does have a couple of bullets in it. I'm gonna try to shoot her.
All right.
I'm gonna kind of flank a little bit, like a ways away. I'm not right up on her, but I'm backing up and kind of to the side so I don't accidentally shoot Garen. And I'm gonna try to shoot her.
All right.
I don't think that hits. Nope, that does not hit.
All right.
Do I get 2 shots?
What's your score?
It's a 25.
No, I don't believe you do.
Okay, well then no.
Yeah.
That's it.
You kind of
and then I just dive behind a bookcase. I'm like, didn't work.
Yeah, gun quivering in her hands. A shot goes out into the night, but passes by into a bookcase in the library here. Garen, your turn.
So, Garen's cello case, when it hits the ground, the latch was unlocked and the case pops open and his sword is inside the case. But he doesn't go for the sword immediately. Instead, he pulls out from his jacket pocket a small, clear vial with water inside, and he flicks open the top of the vial, and he stares hard at Dr. Smith, and he says, Dr. Smith, are you in there? Is that you?
You can roll me a power roll here, actually, Dom.
Okay. Ooh, I fail.
Yep. You can't get through to... If there is anything in there, you can't break through it.
Then he will sort of step towards in the direction that Lou shot in, sort of try to position himself between the creature and the bookcase. And he's going to take the water in the vial and he's going to splash it twice. And he's going to say, the sacred sign of the cross commands you. Christ, God's word made flesh, commands you. And he's going to try to cast
A magnanimous dispensation.
Sign of power.
Oh, you guys are in so much trouble, Isriva, with the £50 donation. Oh boy, oh boy. Yep. That's bye. Okay. Sorry. Go ahead, Doc. Not Doc. Don. Fuck me. Whew, my brain.
So he casts Sign of Power as he's splashing the holy water at this creature. Not sure if it'll work or not, and he spends a magic point and he loses a sanity point. And basically, if it's a mythos creature, then it sort of works like turn undead. It has the ability to ward them away or to protect from them.
Awesome. I have the spell wording somewhere or other. Playmaker roll.
Yeah, it's I think it's a contested power roll.
All right, let's do that. Already got to 58.
Ooh, that's an extreme success.
Very nice. Does it say how long they flee for? I know the spells can be a little bit vague sometimes in the Cthulhu ones.
It's pretty vague, yeah. It just says that basically they're warded. I've warded them away, so I don't know how that works out for each individual creature.
Cool. That's pretty much what happens as you kind of throw this upon the creature. And by the way, all of you guys watching this can tell that something else is happening here. This is more than just a priest shouting words. You can feel a reverberation of power into the room as Garen screams these words at the former Dr. Aurelia Smith. She hisses and lets out this eldritch yelp of pain and turns to flee. Short moment after, as you hear like kind of go out across all of Arkham, you hear a couple of smaller yelps in the distance, getting closer. It is.
I should leave.
It is Sloane's turn. Also, a D10 of healing for the priest. Did we say D10? Did we change that to D3 in Call of Cthulhu? I've forgotten how we did that.
No, I think
we
kept
did
it.
do D10, didn't we?
Kept it as a D10.
Damn it, Lindy!
Sorry, that was an accident. I hit on mute.
Oh my god.
I'm so sorry.
Ruined.
Gotta save us, Bob Ross. Redundant. It's Sloane's turn.
Sloane is going to hide. He's going to find the nearest cover in the deepest, darkest corner and hide there.
Roll me a stealth roll.
I'll use one of my nat 20s.
Good boy. I like it. Take cover.
Damn straight.
So
Damn
you
straight.
find, like, probably the best hiding place right now is honestly inside Dr. Armitage's study, where his body still lies, but underneath his desk.
As I go in the study, can I look for any bottles of booze?
Sure, there is an uncorked and partly drank whiskey.
How much is in the bottle?
About 50%.
That should be enough.
It's like one of those, like glass decanters.
Yeah. So he's gonna grab that and hide behind the table.
All right, very good. To To do so, of course, you get very close to Dr. Armitage's corpse, who has been eviscerated. There is no question of the fact that his death was a painful one. And likely the initial wounds would have just killed him, but Dr. Aurelia Smith, she just kept going until his face was just a bloody pulp.
So very similar to the scene we saw in the university.
Very similar indeed. As you hide in there, you hear these other yelps, a kind of small chorus of screeches coming in from across the rooftops. You hear them moving, these figures, above the university. They're kind of, it's almost like a gamble kind of movement that they make, almost like apes moving across rooftops. And they burst through the ceiling with a crash of glass. 5 of these creatures, which find themselves on the top of the library, like stacks of books, and then jump down onto the floor as well. They're very agile, and they are almost like apes in their appearance. You can tell that they probably were once human. Once human, of course. They are similarly covered in some of this green mucus material that you have seen similar to Dr. Aurelia Smith. However, these were clearly once patients at Arkham Asylum, because they still have straitjackets on, which they have been ripped out of, essentially. Their arms have been extended in an unnatural way to make them appear ape-like. Their arms look like they've been pulled on like a medieval torture rack, and then even further. And they're kind of like loose and limp, these sort of useless arm limbs, which are coming down around them, and their crazed look in their eyes tells of years of institutionalized horror being performed upon them. The minds clearly twisted, fractured, and broken, and these creatures do not look friendly whatsoever. As you see these beings, you can all roll me a sanity check. They don't see Sloane, however.
I passed. I rolled a 43.
Nice.
I passed too.
Good job.
You use
Yeah,
one of
passes.
those nat 20s.
You utilize that
Yeah, I
20s? I
failed.
like it. I like it. Alright, so everybody succeeded except from Kip, who, seeing a being of pure, abject, eldritch terror, loses 5 points of sanity. Kip, you have never seen anything so scary in your life. This thing should not exist. It's abject horror to your core. You will flee the next round.
Is that that's not a temp though? Temp 6, right?
No, 5 is temp, right? Yeah,
it?
5 is temporary.
That is 10.
Fuck me sideways. All right.
Yeah, Fred, so. That is their turn. Alan, it's yours. You've broken out of your madness.
Oh, and just in time to look at 5 crazy apes from the insane asylum.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to review their patient protocols, and I'm going to hide
Okay.
because that's what I do.
You can roll me a stealth check.
Yeah, fail.
Do you want to spend 23 luck on that?
No, probably the puddle of pee I leave behind leads them right to me.
Yeah. I imagine so. You're like hidden behind a bookcase, but one of them's already seen you as it kind of comes down. Just, and that's your turn. Yep. Time to run.
I run.
Where would you like to run to? You could make a decision which kind of direction you'd like to run in. Preferably away from these things, of course.
I guess since this is the only time he's been in here was when they came in to see him before, so he'd only know the one way in.
Uh-huh.
So he would just try to retrace his steps back towards the front door.
Okay, yeah, you rush
Or
back
the
towards...
entrance they went in.
Yeah, you rush back to the way that you guys came in, which is one of the most immediate exits from this place. Lou,
Yeah.
it's your turn.
Do I recognize any of them?
They still have the same faces. Their faces haven't been changed at all, really. It's mostly the rest of their bodies that have been twisted and tortured, but it would be very difficult in this light to make out any
Okay. I was
details.
just curious if I could be like, suck it, Christopher! So,
Yeah, you probably recognize a guy or two in here that you didn't like.
Yeah. So Block serves them right, and this does not look good. Are there windows in the library?
Almost certainly there are, yeah.
Okay. Do I jump out a window or do I follow after Jolly?
Yeah, Jolly's headed back to the door. Sloane's in the office, kind of hidden away, and Alan's behind one of the stacks of books.
Yeah, he's making the books wet.
Yeah.
Fuck, this is so bad. Is the library on the first or second floor?
You do go up a flight of stairs to get to the library.
Okay.
It wouldn't be it's not a distance that you'd have seen before. You could definitely survive a fall.
Yeah. No, I'm just gonna be like, nope, suck it, Christopher, and I'm gonna run after Jolly.
All right. You flee. Exiting the library room, the creatures kind of slabber after you as drool falls from their mouths.
Before I leave, can I like light a match, just like stick it on like a shelf of books?
Sure, yeah, let it be your action.
Yeah.
It's
And then,
probably gonna take a long time to burn the whole library down, but
yeah, well, you know, it could distract them.
that's it. Oh no, a small fire of books, put them out. That's a first edition Bible. Yeah. That is Garen's turn.
Okay, so I just want to make sure I'm envisioning this correctly. Like Ninja Turtles, they came down through the ceiling.
More like, yes, what's the movie? Planet of the Apes, right? From those guys. Less Ninja Turtle, they do kind of fall, but it looks like they just don't give a shit when they fall, right? You know, like if one of them slams its head where it should break its neck on the way down, kind of doesn't care about it. It's like, its limbs just flail and fall. They're almost like ragdollish, almost comedic in the way that they move, if it weren't so horrific.
And they're all rushing now towards Garen, and then behind Garen, Jolly and Lou, who've ran out the door. Are any of them sniffing around Armitage's office?
They don't seem to be yet. They've kind of just landed, and everyone has split apart except from you at the moment. It's possible that they're going to split up and hunt you down, or maybe they're just, all gang up on you.
And are they all together? Like how close are they clumped up together?
Like anywhere from 10 to 15 feet from one another. Like they kind of like drop in the room like a team of Navy SEALs.
Garen's going to bend down and snatch up his sword from the cello case, leave the cello case behind. And he's going to take a swing at whichever one's closest.
Okay. Go for it.
And I could have queued this up a little bit better.
No worries. The creature kind of looks at you with a strange fascination in his eyes as you bring the sword up upon it. Holds up its aimless limbs. Nice. That's a success.
So, be a hit for
Oh,
2D.
Feels bad. You basically tear through the flesh of its arms. It just like holds up its almost useless arms in defense, and just kind of as he is attacked quite viciously by the sword. It looks like he's almost crying as you do that.
He feeling a little torn about what he's just done, but hopefully with a bit of a flair as he brings the sword down overhead. He tries to get their attention, and then Garen's going to turn and run towards the door as well, the same door that Jolly and Lou were headed towards.
All right. So that takes it to Sloane. Sloane, you hear these yelps. You can see out from the glass window of the office, and your friends have left you. You're pretty sure Alan's still in the library, but other than that, the others are gone.
Can I see Dr. Smith?
No. She has fled off into the darkness, basically.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to tear a piece of clothing
Okay.
off me and stick it in the decanter. And I'm gonna get a match ready, I'm not going to do anything yet. I'm just going to wait and just stay quiet.
All right. You continue to hear their yelps. They seem to be like upset. Is the kind of tenor of the yelps, like a wounded animal.
With my occult knowledge, would I have a kind of idea on what kind of behavior they're doing? So is it like a pack mentality? Do they have an alpha, or?
Yeah, you could roll me an occult on that. Yeah.
Give that a go. See what I think.
Study their behavior for a moment.
My occult is actually really good, which is 75, and I rolled 21, so that is a good success.
The books and stories that you've read speak of creatures that are not alive and yet not dead, that follow the whim of a master and do not think for themselves, but may still yet live in tortured agony. There are many names for these creatures, and they could be any type of them. Clearly these things were at least once fully human. They don't seem to have a leader who is here. It's possible that yell from Aurelia Smith was kind of a call of like when a dog cries out in the night and speaks to another dog, right? You know, they heard her pain and they came along to protect her.
So I wouldn't assume that Dr. Smith is like the alpha of them or anything.
It's possible she is. You'd have to study that relationship a bit further to see if that's what if they follow her control at all. They certainly heard a call of dismay and came running pretty sharpish.
Okay. Interesting. Okay.
Thank
I'll
you,
just stay
Bombard.
hidden then.
Alrighty. So that turns it over to the creatures. Hey, Alan. Hi.
Hello.
So three of them are gonna turn off and follow Garen and Kip and Lou, gambling and ambling their way towards them. Their arms almost hit the floor because they're in like a hunch as they move, and the other two are gonna sniff you out and come round the corner towards you. Let's see here. Roll some dice. Oh, that's a miss. So they flail their arms towards you and basically try to throttle you. Sup, my friend. You basically see this one come towards you. He looks at you, and there's a pain behind his eyes, a sadness behind his eyes. He kind of tries to get some kind of word out towards you, but his throat is so tortured and ruined that he can't. And just like spittle falls from his mouth as he does it. And as he's like tears coming from his eyes, he just pulls out his long distended arms and just starts to throttle you and choke you out. It's gonna do 2 points of damage to you. And the longer he does this, the worse it's gonna get for you as he does this. The other one is yelping while he does. That is their turn. Alan, it is yours.
Yeah, I'm normally a pacifist, but being throttled by a demon
Changes your perspective somewhat, doesn't it?
makes a man reconsider his life choices a little bit.
Comes a time in every man's life.
Is there, like you said, it was like next to a pile of books. Like, is there like a big heavy book right there?
Absolutely, it's first edition Bible.
Oh well, the power of Christ compels me. So I'm gonna try to just basically bring it up and try to knock him away from me with the book to try to get away.
I like it.
What role would that
This is like a fighting brawl, or you could just give it pure strength, whichever's better.
be? Strength. Let's do.
I
strength.
figured it might be, yeah.
Can't do library use. No.
30 off on that one.
Yeah, I don't want to use almost all of my luck. So yep. All right.
Yeah, it looks almost apologetic as it's doing this to you. Like there are tears streaming down this man's face, if you could really call him a man, as he's doing this. And the other one seems to be just like really upset by what he's doing as well. But he seems to be like helping him, right?
Like they're being compelled against their will, maybe.
Almost. Kip, it's your turn. You regained senses. Control of your senses.
Okay, so as soon as Kip would his mind would finally come undone. Maybe he smacks himself again with the bat and blood starts to trickle down between his eyes. He spins back around, cocks the bat back, runs backwards until he passes by Lou and pulls even with Garen. And as soon as something comes around the corner, which I'm assuming they're probably right on our
they're
heels
right
anyway.
on the heels, yeah.
Yeah, he's going to swing away at the first one that comes up, and I am not fucking around anymore. I'm gonna nat 20 this shit.
There it is. Went for this.
Right. Oops, damn it. And do I double dice on this one too, right? Whenever I
Go. Double
Okay,
down?
so that'll be 22 damage as he comes around the corner and smashes into one of them
Nice.
with that. And I do get a second swing.
The first guy is dead. You mash his brain into a pulp, basically. It explodes with fungus as you do this.
Okay.
Just
Jolly
got, it's like instead of intestines all over you, it's just like, green fungus just splatters everywhere.
Okay, Jolly turns, and as he goes full swing with the one, he comes and backhands from the ground up, and I'm burning another nat 20
Nice.
to try to clear another one of these, because these things are going to tear the dock apart if we don't get back to him. So that'll be 14.
14's enough to take these things down. They die like humans, right? You have hit people with bats before enough to kill them. They don't resist. Almost like as you bring the bat down towards it, you think for a second he moves his head into a better angle for you, almost like opening his neck to like a if you were to stab him, for instance, exposing a weak spot. And he just crushes skull in. It just kind of.
He's definitely crazy.
Will you give me a bonus action? Not to do anything, but the third one's coming, right?
Yeah, the third one is coming. Yeah.
Jolly points the now gore-covered bat directly at it, so the eye is floating in front, and he goes, "I can end it for you too. Just drop your arms."
He doesn't seem to be able to understand what you're saying. It's kind of almost like a golem-like noise. He might get to act on his turn. Yeah, he certainly stops in front of you as he sees his two dead companions. Lou, your turn.
Hi.
Hey,
I look behind, I turned around when Jolly ran back past me. Now I look behind me and make sure
Thanks,
nothing's
Salvage.
coming.
You look behind you. There is
Yeah.
nothing coming in the moment.
Okay, that's good. I'm gonna keep a lookout in that direction. Be like, come on, guys, we should leave. Leaving's great. We can go to Cardboard Town. No, it'll be great. We're just not here. And I'm gonna have Shanky in one hand, and then Unfortunate Circumstances in the other. Just kind of be ready.
All right.
I'm gonna
I
keep
like
a lookout, ready to run as soon as those two are ready to run.
All right. Salvage Bar gives a D10 a heal to Jolly for going mano a bato with the ape things. Thank you, my man. Garen, it is your turn.
So Garen is shoulder to shoulder almost with Jolly. He actually has to swing away to avoid the bat as it's coming around. And the first one hits and blood splatters on the side of Garen's face. And his eyes kind of go wide. And then he sees Jolly take down the second of these creatures that used to be human. And his eyes glance to the third and glance back at Jolly, and he says, "Jolly, there might be another way." And he's gonna turn, and instead of using his sword, he's gonna try to ram his shoulder and basically try to tackle this guy, shoulder ram him in the chin, maybe try to knock him out.
Okay. Yeah. You can be a fighting brawl on this.
Okay.
No, that's Jonathan. He's an asshole. Kill him.
So success for 6 damage.
Nice. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. If you're just fucking punching the guy, yeah. You kind of shoulder barge into him. He doesn't die, but you hear something crack as you kind of put yourself on top of him.
And Garen's
more
just
whimpering.
trying to hold him down.
Yeah, it's more. Sloane. You can hear the doc in a bit of trouble outside.
Doc's in a bit of trouble, is he? Okay. All right, no problem.
He's been choked
Well,
out by two, previous inmates of Arkham Asylum turned horrible
It's a
creatures.
bit of a problem.
You
Isn't
know,
it?
it's a Wednesday. It's 1 p.m.
Do I?
They finally got my bill.
So, do I see or hear anything apart from that struggle?
Really not much. I mean, you can hear the struggle where Kip is just like batting people to death, and Garen like tackles a guy. You can hear like sounds of fighting from over there, but you know, locked away in his office. Not too much.
Okay, in that case, I guess all I can do, Sloane is going to basically look at Bishop Amadeus III, the snake, and with that, the snake kind of twirls around his arm, down his arm, and extends out, and it kind of extends out into a staff as it comes out, and he's going to come out the office and with as much strength as he possibly can, just to hit the back of the ones attacking the good doctor there.
Let's do it.
All right. Nat 20.
Do it. Roll that damage.
It's a stick.
I think
So
it's a
isn't it like
D4. We said.
1d4?
Yeah.
My stick is D8. if it's the same
Do I
type.
do
Got
it
a
twice
thick
because it's a
stick.
crit?
Yeah, you should double
All right.
whatever the damage
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. Double the dice.
2 damage. I'm not.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Woo. Feels so bad, man. 2 damage. Like he comes out with all his might. He like clobber the guy over the head. He's kind of. He does release his chokehold of Dr.
that's good
Allen,
enough.
which is good enough, but he doesn't die from this. All right, that takes it to these guys' turn.
I do still have the cocktail in my hand though, so it was a one-handed. That's why it didn't do as much damage, because it was one-handed.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Whatever you say. So one of them's going to go for Alan, one of them's going to go for Sloane. Alan, he misses. Sloane, he misses. The two of them flail their arms wildly towards you, grasping for a throat. Clearly, these guys are not trained, soldiers or anything like that. They're just trying to grasp at you, but they do have a fair amount of strength in their arms, which are disgustingly long, but they can't get a grasp on you. Let's see, then there's one other guy. He stumbles towards Kip and feels unable to do anything else but try to go for him. Of course, he misses. Easy to swipe away those long flailing arms. Alan, it's your turn.
Well, seeing the opportunity to strike, he still has that first edition of the Bible, and I'm gonna use a nat 20 to knock this guy away from me to try to get out of here.
Nice.
So, what damage is that now?
Book
A
bash.
book? I'll give you a D2 on a big book. You'll definitely break his hold as well. You can get away with him on a nat 20 as well.
That's a big book. Screw it. I'm just
It's like Pictionary, one of those like
Okay, I rolled a
Encyclopedia
1.
Britannica.
Yeah, it's like a really big encyclopedia.
I did 1.
Oh. Well done. You should have a second, because it's a crit, right? You should roll twice.
Right. Okay, so 3 damage total. I just flipped a coin here because I didn't feel like digging out the D2.
Yeah. Nice. All right.
3 damage.
Yeah, you like swipe the guy on the head of the book, and he's like, "Argh," as you do so, and he falls away, allowing you to move and get the hell out of Dodge.
Yes, and I will move towards the door with a cry that appointments start at 8 a.m. on Monday, please. And just get away from this guy.
Understandable. It's Kip's turn. You got a guy in front of you, and 2 with Alan and Sloane.
Are there attacks of opportunity in Cthulhu? There aren't, are they?
Not really.
Okay. I would like to leave this guy for Lou and Garen, and I want to run back in and try to end these 2 bastards that are inside.
Nice.
So I'm going to use, I have 4 advantages. I'm going to use one of them right now.
Do it.
Thank God. What the fuck?
There's a fumble as well, the first one. Jeez.
Yeah, I know. Okay. The second swing, I'm going to use an advantage again because the dice are just hating me today. Oh my God.
There it
There we
is.
go.
At last. Jeez. Whew.
Jesus Christ, for 10.
Yeah, he dies. How do you kill him?
Just blow him up. And if it's the one that was like closest to Sloan, that was engaged with Sloan, I'm gonna blow that one up and turn towards the one that was left, that was originally choking the dock.
Yeah.
The one that got hit by the book.
Yeah, he's like, his head's been like slightly dented by the book. All right, that's Kip's turn. Lou, still watching the door?
I'm like, so, like, are we taking care of him? Or are you just, like, snuggling him? Or what are we doing? Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna capture this one.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna work like you think it's gonna work, but, you know, we gotta get out of here. So, we'll stop making our way towards the door, maybe, yes? Maybe, okay. And then I'm gonna keep watching the door.
All right.
Look, if you need me to just shank him, let me know, and I'll shank. Because that one's Jonathan, and he's right awesome. He's just terrible.
All right. Well, it's Garen's turn.
Lou, you know this guy?
Yep, he was real mean.
While Garen's calling out towards the door, he's like trying to grab a hold of this guy's straitjacket and pull him back, and he's already hit him pretty hard once.
Yeah.
He's gonna try to hit him again, and he's trying not to kill him. He's just trying to knock him unconscious.
Sure. Non-lethal damage is a thing.
Oh.
Oh yeah. That's pretty bad. That's a 99.
Did you need to ask me?
Can you push an attack? Is that something?
You know, I don't know.
Mm.
I'm pretty sure it's...
You can push, but if you have to hit at a hard.
At a
success,
hard. Okay.
And if you don't,
it's bad.
Will can do whatever he wants to you. So.
You know what? I'm gonna push. I'm gonna push because this is bad anyways.
I like this. I like this decision.
And so here we go. Yes.
Rolled a 46 for a 37.
Or I rolled a 25. Is that right?
Second one, right?
Yeah. Well, it rolled 3 different D100s. I usually just go by the first number because that's what rolled first.
Okay.
There's a way to set it up
he
how...
was rolling with the bonus die and the negative die. The first number's the straight roll.
Okay.
Yeah, like you can set it up the way Greg has his sheet, and it only rolls.
Oh yeah. See, I'm used to you guys rolling getting the green one, and then it just shows the one number.
No, you go by the first number rolled, which would be the 25.
Yeah, 25. That's fine by me.
Okay. So 4 damage.
Yeah, 4 damage. So you strike him, and the first one doesn't quite get him. He opens his mouth, and you just like punch him down there again. He's out like a light.
So he does. He just kind of like hits in the back of the head and then tries to like gently lay him down on the ground.
Nice. He is completely unconscious. His whining stops. Sloan, you got a guy next to you, and your snaky stick is out. Got a couple of guys next to you, actually.
Yeah, I've got Jolly next to me. The good duck is running from us, right?
And then we got Doc's old ape guy. The one with the book dent in his head.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a book guy on you at the moment.
I'm going to try and slink away and go stealth again.
All right, roll me another stealth check.
All right. Let's see if I can get away from this guy. Oh,
very nice. Ooh.
I crit succeed. Well, almost crit. Extremely successful.
Extremely successful. Yeah, he is not the cleverest of insane asylum turned creepy monster people, and he just he's been hit on the head already, a little bit woozy from that, and you just slip away from him.
Mm-hmm. While I slip away, I'm gonna close my eyes and just listen, and I'm listening specifically for Dr. Smith. Because to me, she's still out there somewhere.
You can roll me a listen check, yeah.
Yeah, I think I don't want her to catch me by surprise. What's my list? Ah, shit. Well, how much left do I have? No, I'm not going to use it. So I failed. My lesson's slipped, so I failed that.
There's, all sorts going on right now. You can't make out Dr. Aurelia's footsteps if she is anywhere near.
Okay.
Okay, top of round. The one guy who's left sees Kip in front of him. He's got to go for it. He feels compelled. He misses. Alan. You're out of here right now. You're pretty by Lou and Garen at the moment.
You're muted and we should go.
Brett,
So scared your voice just ain't coming out.
It doesn't matter.
Understand?
It doesn't matter what show I'm on with, Brett. He'll do this later again tonight.
There we go. Yeah. I had to perform first aid to get myself to talk, and that's what I'm gonna do.
Nice.
Woo. Just barely.
Ooh, baby. Nice. Heal for one.
Go.
Continue to heal. Very nice.
And I'm just gonna move over there by Lou since she looks armed and more dangerous than I do.
All right. Kip.
Yeah, I'm gonna attempt to kill the last one that's in front of me.
Yes.
Keyword being attempt.
See what these dice say, shall we? Nope.
Motherfucker. Oh, I got another swing.
Give it another one.
You know what? I'm scared I'm gonna screw this up, so I'm spending 5 luck to have that one hit. So I can do 10. This is not my day. I have to appreciate that.
Nope. You're not a lucky man today, unfortunately. The dice gods.
Nope. I'm
Have
just gonna
decided.
accept it, play along, like that we always say the dice tell the story. I'm gonna play within the confines of the story. So 10
Nice.
to this fucker.
Yeah, he goes up like a watermelon out the window. His brain is gone.
Okay, Jolly will turn around and he takes off his shirt that is now spattered in blood and moss and all that type of shit. And he takes it completely off just so he has like his wife beater on. He starts wiping his bat off. And as he's wiping the bat with the frost and the mist that's coming off of it, some of the gore's already starting to freeze and he's just chipping it off as he's cleaning it. And as soon as it's done, he puts it back in and walks out into the hall.
All right. So, at this point, there is a fair amount of commotion going on.
We should leave.
You have shot and attacked, and there's broken glass shattering and stuff like that. So, children and the students are starting to wake up in the halls outside and start to look out of their dorm doors to see what's up. It's almost certain that you guys have been spotted, right? Maybe not Sloane, who is in hiding. Yet, but the way out seems pretty clear. Like kids are starting to wake up bleary-eyed and worried about what's going on. The rest of the university seems to be waking up. They did just have an attack the last day where Dr. Aurelia Smith went psycho and killed 5 police officers. It's pretty high alert right now in the university. So you actually hear the kind of bell ringing and police are coming into the university to do whatever's happening up here. So you guys find yourselves in the library. The 4 of these creatures are dead. One of them is knocked out that Garen is next to. I'll throw us out of turn order for now, as we're not technically in any combat, but it's clear that the police are on their way.
I look
Such
at
as
my
they
little
are.
shelf of books burning and I'm like, we should go. Now.
Which way? Which way to?
Well, we can leave out the window. We can leave out the way we came. No, we just need to go. You tell me.
Yeah, you guys see something happen, and you hear a clunk, and you turn in panic to see if there's something coming towards you. By the library window, one of which has been shattered through, a grappling hook has been attached, and a rope is kind of thrown up, and you hear a feminine voice shout, "Get down here now!"
Do I recognize this voice?
You could roll me a listen check.
Is it my girlfriend? Is it Cassandra?
Could be.
That's a successful listen check.
Definitely sounds like Cassandra.
Oh, that's that's your date for tomorrow night, Jolly.
It is.
Let's go so you can give her the bat.
Well, I mean, the way you've been swinging so far, just saying.
Hey, he's got a good batting average. All right,
I do.
let's go. Lou's just gonna go whee, and just go for it. Just out the window. She's gone.
All right.
Yeah, Kip will wait till everybody's down, and I guess Garen, are you looking at your prisoner?
Yeah, so Garen, first he looks at Jale covered in blood and his wife beater, and there's a moment where like he's more afraid of what he sees there than these creatures. But he shakes it off and he grabs a hold of the straitjacket and he starts dragging the thing towards the window, and he says, if we can tie this guy up, we might be able to find out more about what these things are. Will you help me?
How are we gonna get him down, Father?
Just
Well,
throw him out the window.
I'll catch. Yeah, I'll try to catch. It's only like one floor up, right?
Sure.
This seems like a great
How
idea.
about you just throw him in the bushes and let the bushes break his fall?
Yeah, let me throw him in the bushes.
Let's
That's-
play
that's good
Physics
thinking.
Simulator 2018.
Right, I played this game one time called Assassin's Creed. You can jump from any height into hay. Let's look for a wagon of
Throw
hay.
the body in the bushes and then climb down the rope. Let's go.
And that's what he'll do. He'll try to toss him out into the bushes, and then climb down.
Okay. While they're all deciding that, Sloane is going to go through Armitage's office and actually find something we came here to find. You know, like a diary, some notes, anything that might look, important.
Sure. You can grab a couple of books here. They look to be kind of like diary journal entries.
Yeah, that's probably what I'm looking for. And just casually walk out to them while they're hog tying a guy.
You throw him out the
throw him out.
window, yeah, and he lands with a slump in a bush. It sounds like a bit of a painful descent, to be honest.
He's conscious. He didn't feel it.
Yeah, Dr. Pierce is going to climb down the rope and try to move over to the guy because he saw the struggle on their face when they were attacking him, and so he still does have a pang of compassion.
Nice. So, the group of you can descend this rope pretty easily, and you do meet Cassandra down the bottom. She's a redhead. She's wearing like a long dark coat, and there's a hood up as well to disguise her face in the darkness.
Will,
Yes.
my wild magic surge. My wild magic says
That's the
the
rope.
weaves itself through my flesh, and the next time I use a rope, it will lift me high.
I love it.
Should have shut up, really.
You really should have, because I wasn't paying attention. But there's honor points to you for having revealed that to me. Yeah, a couple of bad things happen.
So much for the honor points.
Well, the honor points can be redeemed at a later undisclosed date in the future. Yeah, you have to get like 5,000 of those. So you start going your way down, and essentially what it is like it's like really bad rope burn for Sloane, and you go down, and by the time you come down, your hands are bleeding. Right, there's just you've run them raw, almost down to the bone as you've done it. It's basically in a panic. It's just fucking gross.
A resplendent
And
offering.
you're gonna take 2 wounds. Lose 2 health for that. Israel donates £30. You know what? I don't feel like the last one should have been my last for this week. I want my last one to be a good one. So magic items for all. Hey, with one hand, Israel giveth, with the other he taketh. Thanks so much, Israel. I'm going to note that down that you guys are going to get some useful items. Just so happens I have an NPC to give them to you. So... get rid of that other note now. The group you find yourselves down there with the body and Cassandra. Cassandra has a pistol in her hand, which she kind of like tucks into her coat. She looks around herself furtively as she kind of removes the grappling hook and Sloane comes down. Looks towards the body. What on earth are you doing with that?
Wait.
Never
This is,
mind. Come with me. You might as well take it.
We're going to Cardboard Town.
He doesn't reply. It starts stalking off.
Rude. I follow her. I stalk even stealthier after her.
Yeah, once Lou goes off, Garen will sort of throw the straight-jacketed creature over his shoulder, and he'll follow along as well.
I melted to the
Jolly will help carry the creature, and if it starts to move at all, Jolly will kill the creature.
You hear the sounds from the creature. It's kind of like unconscious, kind of like just sort of dribbling and drawling as it's been knocked unconscious. It doesn't seem to move and jib out or anything like that. But you do follow Cassandra through these back streets. From back at the university, you hear the sounds of the kind of like the police bell still ringing and the shouts and calls from up above. Like I say, it's quite likely that you have been spotted by many of the children that were around before coming out of their dorm rooms. But nonetheless, you do escape their immediate police attention, right? And following Cassandra through the back alleys of Arkham, you end up stopping at a very dingy old little house, which is somewhere in Arkham as far as you can tell. Probably about 30 minutes away from 30-minute walk through back alleys from where the university was. It's likely that she's taken something of a non-direct route to get there, though, of course. She doesn't speak throughout, but she will, hurry anyone along with like a quick point of her gun if you fall behind. She casts a wary eye at the creature with you, and she lets you into this dingy little old cottage, basically, and lets you inside. In here, there is a table, dusty. There's a staircase running up, but the staircase has been collapsed in, so there's no entrance to the top floor. Table in here, and a couple of basically cots, hanging beds to sleep in, which also look very musty and dusty as well. There is a kitchen area. It doesn't look like there's anything that works in here at all. You try and flick on the lights, and nothing will come on whatsoever. So she steps in here and closes the door right behind you as the group of you come in. Gestures for you to put the creature down somewhere, probably the table, and to take a seat. She looks furtively out the window as she closes the shutters on each of the windows in here, and then turns towards you all. So,
Jolly will take position at whatever window gives him the best view of the main thoroughfare or back towards the college or university, and he will keep one of the shutters cracked a bit so he can keep line of sight to wherever the most walked area would be.
And I'm gonna move over, seeing Sloane's hands, and begin let me see those. Come on.
I'm gonna stand next to Garen.
As you do that, basically Sloane is going to nod in agreement, but first he's going to get up and he's go over to Jolly and he's going to hand him the whiskey and say, "You deserve this." And as he takes his hand off, you can clearly see there's a blood smear handprint of Sloane still on it since he's been holding it all this time. And then he'll sit down and open his palms and allow the doctor to have a look.
Yeah. And
he ignores it, takes a huge drink. Thanks, Sloane.
And then I'm going to take the bottle from Kip and be like, he deserves it, but I need it. Take a swig. And then pull out my medical bag, start working on his hands.
There you go.
Garen will sling the creature down and lay him down on the table where Cassandra pointed and kind of breathing heavy. Look up between Lou and then Cassandra and he'll say, do either one of you have more rope or something I can tie this guy to the table with?
I think Sloane has some rope. He should get it, or not. Is anyone else need any medical attention? As you can tell, Pierce is just trying to now stay busy so he doesn't realize everything that just transpired.
Yeah, Cassandra will definitely find you some rope, Garen, as well.
Lou's gonna kind of take a couple steps back and kind of nerve it. Her hands are always fidgety unless she's picking locks or doing forgeries. So she's gonna kind of be even a little bit more fidgety and not quite watch as they tie down the asylum member to the table. Little bad memories there. So she's kind of just not looking.
So Cassandra will say, so, you had an eventful night at the university, it would seem. Things have progressed faster than I expected.
Yeah, someone set a fire in the library.
I'm sure that will be out by now.
What were you doing there, Cassandra, with your hood and your dark coat?
Saving your asses.
Skulking.
Covered in blood, Jolly just smiles. Sure, if you want to go with that, all right.
Well, it seems as though
How did
you've
you
all
know?
survived somehow. How did I know you'd be there? Why, I didn't. I heard the calls of the creatures.
I see.
Creatures of
Do you
Arkham.
make a habit of going to the calls of these creatures?
Why, yes, I do.
Why?
Because it means that something exciting is happening. Something which I must monitor. Arkham is my grounds. And I am its groundskeeper.
Monitor for who? What does that mean? You monitor it.
Strange shit.
Well, I'll be clear with you. I am a believer. You've most likely heard of our organization by this point. Although exactly how much you know and the validity of that information is likely somewhat errant. We are a group who seek to protect the Miskatonic Valley from creatures such as this, and for those who would create them. You could consider me your ally whilst our goals are aligned.
Cassandra, you believers, you have any sort of relationship with the organization we represent? The one that hired us and brought us here?
No. I don't think I can trust Caligula. Or at least I didn't. I've
why did you
watched
help us?
you for some time, and it seems as though you are more sacrificial lambs than, well, the puppeteers themselves. I received this fax, well, Dr. Carrington received this fax early this month. She shows to you. And if we go into your handouts, you should see number 15 is a fax. I'll try and show this here to the stream. Many of the lines of the fax have been redacted. Let's see if this works. There we go. Oh, hey. Yeah, many of the lines of the fax have been redacted. The date is the 1st of November, so it's early this month, same year. It's to Dr. Carrington's office at the Arkham Police Station, but who it's from, the fax numbers, phone pages have all been redacted. And the message reads, "The 5 others will be arriving shortly. See to it."
What's this? This could mean a lot of things. What is this?
This is a fax from Dr. Carrington from an organizational person who has redacted all information about themselves. So Dr. Carrington must have known who was sending it.
What do you know of Dr. Carrington?
I've been watching him for some time. I've managed to install myself within his private offices, and, well, the information that I was going to give you tomorrow night, it seems, cannot wait any longer. Events are unfolding faster than any of us had anticipated.
Who elbows Jolly a little bit, like,
So please,
I am disappointed as well.
Yes, our date at the Black Dahlia Jazz Club is going to have to wait.
Sure, sure. So is Dr. Carrington your person of interest? Is this the person that you were going to share whispers in my ear with at the Black Dahlia Jazz Club?
Indeed. I don't trust Carrington at all.
Who is he working for?
Well, that is the question. We believe Squire Waitsley.
What's his relationship to the wizard, the wizard Waitley?
Well, he was his friend. Although, after his death, it's unclear exactly why Squire Whately is now so powerful. Perhaps they were more than just friends. Perhaps they shared secrets.
Doctor, the most pressing concern of many concerns to us right now, I think, it has to do with this fungus, this infection, this outbreak. We may all be infected, and
Yes.
we have very little information. Dr. Smith was the only one who seemed to be able to tell us anything of value about this outbreak. Do you and your, what are you exactly? An organization, a religion?
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B, yes. We are descended from the ancient Hyperboreans of the area who have ever watched over this valley. We do believe in gods, but not the one god which you claim to believe in. We don't wish anyone any harm. We wish to protect it. There are a great deal of dangers in this valley, Mr. O'Kane. A great deal of buried treasure as well, which is part of our problem. By now, I'm sure you must have come across word of the Golden Ferronnier.
But yes, in fact, most recently we learned a little bit about the Golden Ferronnier.
Yes, well, it is an artifact of great power. It possesses the ability to bring back those who were once dead. Yes.
Restore them to life, so to speak.
Something like that, at least, yes. It is a difficult artifact to pin down. It travels. It's very difficult to hold on to once one has found it. Tends to drive people insane, you see.
And you think this has something to do with the outbreak, this fungus that seems to be spreading underneath the town, and perhaps more than just this town?
I believe so. We are almost certainly all infected by whatever this fungus is. If it has a name, I don't know. The secrets lie within Dunwich, that much I am certain of. But the Ferronnier corrupts. Its power over men is out of greed, and its power over nature is out of death and decay, aging things beyond time. That seems to be what happened to whatever fungal infection this thing is.
So your group does think that it's the Golden Ferronnier that is causing this, or just a guess?
I believe the Golden Ferronnier can be linked to a great deal of many strange events within Dunwich and the Miskatonic Valley. Perhaps responsible for what happened to those police officers at Cold Spring Glens. Perhaps responsible for the mysterious departure of the ancient Hyperboreans and those of the Druids that came after. You see, every few centuries, every few eons, it seems, those who live within the Miskatonic Valley mysteriously go missing and a new civilization pops up years after. Seems as though there is a pattern to that. That is what we believe, at least, and it is our job to prevent that from happening again. This fungus, it is enough to destroy villages, towns, cities, perhaps whole countries.
So do y'all know how often does this happen? Do you have any idea? Is it like every 6,000 years, and it's been 5,998 years since it's happened?
I don't know. No historian, Dr. Armitage, however. Something more?
He was.
Yes, most unfortunate. And that of John, of course.
Did you know John? Did you have interactions with him?
I can't say that I did. I might have seen him round once or twice, but never had any conversations with the young lad.
So if your people, your religion organization has been around for so long, have you encountered and defeated this outbreak before? Have you stopped it in the past? Do you have a roadmap, something that would tell us that it can be stopped, how to stop it?
There are a great deal of scriptures, a great deal of things have to be in place for us to learn knowledge from the stars and beyond. Certain dates, certain times, you see. When answers are available to those who ask. But no, we have never encountered this fungus before. Where it came from, who started it, well. For that, I believe, as John is looking into strange outbreaks and where it might have come from, we must travel to Dunwich.
See, that's what I can't get over. That there was a tip dropped that we were coming. Our plane crashes. We get here, we meet all kinds of resistance, but if we are in fact being set up as dupes, or as you said, to red herrings, a bait, they sent us after Waits, and they sent us to Armitage, and then Armitage put us onto Waits' trail. Obviously, Armitage, he was distraught over the boy's death, but why him? Were we supposed to hit a dead end and just, turn up just enough of the muck to gain everybody's attention? Or we were supposed to find something? Is it supposed to go deeper than that? Or are we looking in the wrong place here?
Seems to me that all of your questions lie in Dunwich. What I have learned here is, well, merely that Carrington is something else and working for something else. He is very strange. He holds a darkness to him which I have not seen
A
in
resplendent
anything
Right,
else
he-
before.
He's suppressing information too. He's not letting it get out. He's keeping all this hush hush. But there was I can't remember. There was some coroner over in, wasn't it Dunwich or at one of the different places? A coroner had a different report over what happened at Cold Spring Glen.
Right.
Dr. Horton?
Yeah. Maybe he'd be different. Maybe this Horton, maybe he doesn't see eye to eye with Carrington. And if someone doesn't see eye to eye with Carrington, looks like they're looking in the same direction we are then.
Funny thing about Horton.
He's dead, right?
Maybe.
I'll stop talking now because I'm all out of ideas.
Well, Kip, can't look past the possibility that we're the red herring, that maybe we were sent here to draw out those that would be opposed to whatever the goings on, so that they can be dealt with.
Yeah, I understand. I agree with you completely, Doc. But you're sending in a volatile wild card into the situation. If you're going to be a red herring, you don't send people that can do the shit that Sloan can do, that can do the shit the father can do, that to get into places like Lou can, they can heal places like you, and to be nice like me.
Look, I have no idea about the organization that you work for. That, in my opinion, is your own problem. Mine is defending the Miskatonic Valley.
You're doing a shitty job, Cassandra, and it seems to me that if we hadn't shown up here, you'd be one against however fucking many people were around here.
So many bad lentils in your water.
Oh, come
Yeah.
now. The way you fought those things was barbaric. Pitiful.
It was effective.
Pitiful, truly. Very ineffective. You handled 5 of those things, took you a few minutes. Listen, there are hordes of those things out there, and you need the weapons to be able to defend yourselves with them properly.
Honey, this is just foreplay. Where do I really start working the bat?
Well, how about I show you?
Yeah, we'll stay out here. You can go show Kip. Look, and I shove him forward. I'm like, Kip, Jolly-O, there you go.
You show us how to fight these things, is what you're saying, right? I don't want to read into something here.
That's right, yes.
Oh, my bad.
Alright.
Sorry.
Yeah. I thought for a second too, Lou. I was...
I'm trying, Jolly. I'm trying.
Alas.
Me too, but...
There's a time and a place, Kip.
It was
Here
tomorrow.
now.
5 minutes in the other bedroom.
Tomorrow, 9 p.m. at the Black Dahlia.
I don't like this.
She kind of shows you to the kitchen area, right? And she goes into a one of the kitchen, like the kitchen sink, basically the drawer by the kitchen sink, and she gets out a pistol, not unlike the one that she was wielding herself, and kind of unloads a clip for you to see. She shoots a bit of a nervous eye towards Garen. This has holy blood.
When you say holy, by whose regards?
Well, you see, she moves on. You see, these creatures are most evil. Still looking kind of nervous. Evil, and, well, there's only one way to fight them. A group of agents before uncovered it, and, well, the knowledge has been passed down to us. It is crude, but it works like nothing else. Creatures, they can smell it, they fear it. Might not even come near you. She hands a gun to Kip.
I'm not really I appreciate it. I'm not really a gun guy. You got anything fun in that bag that, I don't know, want my speed?
She gets out this jar. It's a jar of blood. And it's like a big jar as well. It's like,
Like a big pickle jar.
Yeah, like a big pickle jar. Jack Sparrow, bucket of dirt.
I got a jar of priest.
Yeah, and she hands it to you, and she just, as if that's self-explanatory.
Well, once again, I would just feel more comfortable if I knew what or whose blood that was inside that jar there.
I wish I knew. I don't know whose exactly. A willing donor.
Cassandra, you and your organization, I understand that you're resourceful, yes? You have many members across the valley?
There are a few of us.
What is it exactly that you hope to gain from us if you already have your own people?
But when I say a few of us, I really do mean a few of us. You see, the Squire, his creatures, they are like the plague, and with this new fungal infection, well, I'd say that the group here of you, how long have you been exposed to the fungus for?
I've not been exposed at all.
At this point, you vomit fungus because it's sunset, right?
Bad lentils!
Right. And almost, I would say probably since we got here, we did crash into a lake, and it seems that all the waterways in this valley are infected, yes?
Right, then by the rate that our agents have been dying, then I'd give you a week.
Oh.
Maybe 8 days.
At least we have time to put our affairs in order.
That, of course, depends on the amount that you've been exposed to. She looks at Lou as he's vomited this up.
It's just lentils, I swear!
You might not have as much time as you'd like.
And then I cough up a big phlegm of green crap.
You see, given this last week or so that we have to do this, I need everyone on the case. I can't rely on the believers anymore. I have to go to a third-party source whom, well, it's worth gambling on. After all, what's the worst that could happen? We all die.
You're infected too, then?
Of course.
It's in the water.
How honest do I feel like she's being in regards to her intentions for us? Like, does it seem like she has ulterior motives that maybe she's not talking about?
Or you could roll me psychology here.
Garen's just been kind of gathering information so that he can make the most educated guess, and this is the point where he's really trying to put it all together. Is a hard success.
Nice. You believe her. She may have been a little bit sideways about the priest's nature, the holy nature of this blood, and how willing its donor may have been. But she does seem to, you can detect tiny flickers of the green fungus on the edge of her lips, which are kind of telltale signs that she is infected by this. And it's go ahead.
Does she have the tinge of fear, maybe she's afraid for her own life?
Yeah, you can tell that she probably is at her wit's end at this point. Turning to you guys is embarrassing for her.
How have you been protecting the valley for so long?
Well, it's only been some time since Whateleys have started their practices. We believe that both of them are active in the Miskatonic Valley, but only since Cold Spring Glens have things gotten so bad that we haven't been able to cope anymore. For hundreds of years our people have protected this valley, but never against a threat this virulent.
Why now? Why now do they decide to do this? What's changed?
Perhaps they believe that stars will soon be aligned for a certain act. It is whispered that a creature lives deep below the earth in the Miskatonic Valley, something long forgotten, something which should have been forgotten, but still whispers into the minds of men when they dream in Dunwich.
And they need this. So how is the Whately Gold linked to this? Do they need it to summon this thing?
The Golden Ferronnier brings back things which were once lost, should have been lost, into reality once again.
When it went missing, did you try to find out who took it?
Of course.
Did you get any leads?
Just one. Henry Arkin.
Henry Arkin. Why does that name ring the bell?
It's who the wizard Whately told me about. Visit Henry Arkin.
Yeah. In that case, I suggest we go to Dunwich as soon as possible.
You know he's still alive, right, Cassandra?
He raises an eyebrow. What?
The wizard Whately. Talk to me.
That's not possible.
Yeah, he's more moss than man now. In fact, he might be the fucking moss.
What are you talking about?
What am I talking about? Does it look like I can make up this shit? No. I was in the police station, place that you frequent quite a bit with the coroner's office being there. One of the cells, inside, covered in moss and shit, had a discussion with said moss, identified himself as the wizard Whately. That's why I asked about him earlier, about his relationship with the Squire Whately.
There's no possible way that...
All right, well, then I'm making all this shit up. But what he said he said that visit this Henry Arkin. Arkin would probably have a good idea about the Ferronnier.
Right.
And bring it back to him, and he would stop what was going on.
Walked past those cells 1,000 times. There's no wizard Whately in there.
Then he came to me.
Kip, didn't you say that he told you not to trust Caligula?
Yeah. Sure. I don't trust him anyway. I mean, pretty sure all those checks were going to bounce until they went through, and I didn't trust them again. But hey, they pay well, so yeah, whatever.
Then do you not trust us?
No, not at all. Except for Lou. She's fucking crazy. I mean, you're not crazy, Lou. You're crazy like a fox, and that's how I know.
Not clever.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Sly.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong. I mean, you shouldn't trust me either, right?
Right. However, I do believe that we should get moving to Dunwich.
But you're
I
all
agree.
dead men.
Of course.
May as well trust one another while you can.
We are all infected, and we all are on a clock, as it were. So even if we might not know what's going on, we know that we have to find a way to stop this fungus, and to cure ourselves if possible. I certainly do not want to end up like Dr. Smith has.
Yeah, and who's gonna rule Cardboard Town if I come down with it?
There won't be a cardboard town.
We've got to fix this.
There won't be anything left. That's the real fear. If this thing spreads, well, if it comes down to it, I think what we'll have to do is, well, find a way to stop it from spreading if there's no way to save ourselves. Anyway, you are armed with the tools that you need,
We are?
and you have a lead. That's as good as it gets, really, isn't it? I would not trust anything that Squire Whately has told you if you have interacted with him. He is a powerful entity. He controls... Yeah, I'll sound mad, but he can control time.
Oh,
He
I
can
know.
warp it, twist it in your mind.
I know.
Well then,
So, you've given us a pickle jar of blood and a gun.
you got any better ideas?
Do you have any more pickle jars? Or like anything cool? Or, you know, like lockpicks or something exciting?
How about this? How about a car? You have a car or a truck?
Yes.
Something that-
Would be helpful.
I have transportation for you. There is a car. And Lou, you already have my gift. Watkins gave it to you.
But did you send me the clockmaker's tools?
Of course.
Okay, well then
They-
that's fine, as long as I got something.
They are from a long forgotten place. It's possible that they'll be able to help fight against the Squire.
Okay.
So you have given us a clock, a gun, and a jar of blood.
No,
That's 3 gifts, and I count 5 of us.
I haven't given you a clock. I've given you clockmaker's tools.
Ah, sorry, Cthulhu.
Clock. Oh, clock. Okay. I perked up for a second. Sorry.
No, she wants you to give that to her. And I'm gonna go clean up in the bathroom because I'll just, puke my lentils, and when I go there, I look for anything to steal.
Alright, there is almost nothing in here. You go for it. It's like you got some like rusty kitchen forks. That kind of thing. Blunted and
A
old.
resplendent offering.
My god. Thank you so much for the two. We'll get to these here in just a second after the scene. That's so good. She kind of drew a lens and says, very well, perhaps there are a few extra things I can see to giving you. They'll leave me undefended, but it's only a matter of time before they find me here anyway. And this is hilarious. Oh man, we've got so many donations going in right here. So she's like, I'm prepared these like couple of items that Cassandra's gonna give you, and then she's like, actually, here's these 30 other things I have in my.
He's turned into Santa.
Santa, yeah.
She changes her mind. She's like, no. All right.
She's like, you're right, I've been stingy.
You're right. I could do better. This is Christmas, everybody. Yeah, we we can do more.
I mean, the fate of her entire world is at stake. So.
Yes. She gets out of her her very big coat pockets. She gets out a set of the masks from the Black Dahlia Jazz Club that Garen and Lou would certainly recognize, having frequented it already.
You're gonna pay for our next date?
No, these are perhaps your only friend against the true enemy, your own mind.
Oh yeah, I'd like one of those, please.
Beware.
What does it do?
They will help your mind be protected from the darkness that you will see in the coming days, for believe me, the horrors at Dunwich are far worse than those here in Arkham. This is only the tip of the proverbial iceberg. No, this mask here will protect you, though it will come at a cost. Those who wear them for too long receive visions. Sometimes spirits can contact you. Sometimes they are benevolent. Sometimes they merely wish to be heard. Other times, of course, they are dark entities. But either way, worth the risk. I also have this assortment of pets which I would like to give to you all. So you get...
Larry, you've got to get some friends!
I've really got to get these off my hands. I'm going on holiday soon to Aylesbury, and I really need someone to look after them for me. So if you'd be so kind, everybody roll me a D100. So, cause...
The boarding fees for that is just...
Yeah. I haven't got any pet passports, you see. So.
If I get 2 slugs, I'm gonna be so freaking happy.
Thanks so much, Full Brand, for the pets. Latu is responsible for the other donations, of course. I'll add the nat 20s and nat 1s here in a second, don't worry. So let's go through them. Sloane, on an 87, a butterfly that leaves a magical trail in the air when it beats its wings. This dope.
Oh,
She hands this little butterfly in a jar towards you, Sloane, and says, "My people use this to find their way back when they are in darkness. When you feel lost, perhaps lost within your own mind, this creature can show you back the way you came."
Sloane, when she says that, Sloane actually, for the first time, kind of, his face changes to almost like a genuine thank you. And he just kind of nods and just places it into his pocket.
Nice.
And then he eats it.
Feed it to the snake later.
Way a snake can always find its way home.
She gets another bird out for Dr. Alan Pierce, but it's a paper bird. It's an origami crane, which she passes to you, Dr. Allen. I think this might come in handy.
Thank you.
To
try this.
Oh my god. John, this is bad, my friend. A parasite has lodged itself into the PC's brain. It can communicate to the user. You must verbally talk to communicate back.
No, he's got a brain worm and like a lymph node infection.
Yeah. Yeah, just a little kind of thingy moving underneath your scalp,
You
basically.
called me crazy.
Yes, intellect devourer. She doesn't give this one to you. This is perhaps just a side effect of the fungus. 26 for Lou. A small feline creature with rainbow-colored insect wings. Dope. It's
Of a
basically
flying kitty cat.
it's like an experimented upon cat, basically. It's pretty horrific, right? It's like this mangy old, near dead cat, which you probably found
Was it
on the
like a
streets.
stray cat I saw walking around the asylum?
Yeah,
one day,
it's
maybe?
probably from the asylum,
look.
right? From the dark past of the asylum where things have been experimented upon. It's got weird insectoid wings on it, and just kind of.
Oh, I'll have a big hug. I'll remember you.
Yeah, the parasite whispers in your brain, Garen. Ryan Hawks. What a great guy. Shouldn't have had that dinner, damn it. And then Greg. Kip, you were handed a platypus.
A platypus.
It is, it's like a baby platypus.
Oh,
So now I got a bat and a plat. All right.
I love that. Every single pet we got is some weird magical thing. Here you go, Greg, a platypus. Brilliant.
It has a poisonous claw.
It has a poisonous claw.
It does.
All right. Well, you can ride with me up front. Come on.
Right. That's the nearest approximation to
Is that your platypus?
Look it up if you don't believe me. Don't look it up. Don't look it up. The two is also given everybody, let's see. 2 nat 20s for Garen, 3 nat 20s for Sloane. Damn, boy. So 2 nat 20s for Garen, 3 for Sloane. What else we got here? 1 nat 1 for Sloane, Lou, and Pierce. And an additional wild magic search for Garen. Nice. Nice, I like that. I can get on board with that last one in particular here. I'll start putting these up here. So another nat 1 for Sloane, Lou, and Pierce. Very good. Whew. And let's look up the surge here. Whilst I'm doing this. Can you look this one up for me, Dawn? Plus I'm going to add on all of the nat ones to the screen that we need here as well. Beautiful. I knew Sloan needed another nat one, you know. I felt it. Felt it within myself.
I'll get it for you.
Thanks.
1, 2.
Yeah, I'm on it too.
Too many things to click on. Blue and
Okay, where's
PS.
it? Okay, I've got it.
Yeah.
Caster strength is half.
Oh shit!
That's shit.
That's
Can I just say
bad.
that shit?
That's really bad for something
That's so bad.
sword.
So bad. That is so bad. Okay. So Garen, like this is an effect you feel of like the fungus and this parasite which is lodged in your brain, right? Like it is eating away. It's like a baby almost. Like it's feeding off energy that you put into your body, and it is just like sapping the strength from you. And after that fight as well, you feel pretty wasted. But yeah, first you thought, I was just like tired from running and fighting things, but now you realize that like you are feeling woozy as hell.
So maybe at this point, Garen follows suit with Lou and kind of turns and he vomits up some fungus, and he's feeling weak and woozy. And
I'll rub his back. It's okay.
Thank you, Lou. Thank you. And he just kind of looks shell-shocked.
I'll start checking Garen out just to make sure, see if there's anything I can do, even though there's too much insanity.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't be able to diagnose him with like a brain parasite, to be honest, without looking into it. Like at this point, you're probably thinking like, he's lost adrenaline. He's just feeling natural like post-combat fatigue. Yeah, Cassandra hands these creatures to you, and out back there's the car. Keys are in the ignition. But probably a crank up one, right?
It should be okay. I mean, top speed around 45, 50 miles an hour, but
One thing before we go. Henry Arkham. What do you know about him?
She says there wasn't much I could dig up on the lad. Barely any records of him whatsoever. I believe they're farmers. The Arkans all live there. 3 or 4 of them. I think he lives with his sister, his mother as well. I haven't been able to get there. You're going to face dangers getting there. I haven't been able to leave Arkham for some time. But with the group of you, and as well equipped as you are, I have faith that you'll be able to make it there and survive for at least, well, you'll be fine. I would stay away from any water sources if I were you. Particularly the Miskatonic River itself. It's fetid and the animals and nature around it is twisted and warped. There are plant lives there which I have seen from a distance. Fields move at night. I fear something very bad has happened in Dunwich. I have not been able to contact my agents for some time there.
Could you give us the name of your agents? Perhaps we can find out who they are, what happened to them for you.
Yes, of course. If you run into Virginia Adams, then she is a woman that you can trust. She has the sight. And
The sight.
she looks at you and kind of gives you that kind of like, yeah, sort of look, like, you have that. Yes. The gift, some call it. Visions.
I wouldn't, but I understand.
And Joe Osborne runs a local store. Or did. The rest are dead.
Thank you. Thank you, Cassandra. We will find out what happened to them.
I'm sure. Well, if they can contact me, then see that they do, but if they can help you, that is of more importance right now. I'll do my best here in Arkham to find what I can. If there's anything that I turn up, I'll try and contact you somehow.
All right. Do you and Jolly need like 10 minutes to say goodbye, and we can all wait in the car, or do you be good?
10 minutes.
I mean, like, you know.
More like 5, I'd say.
Right. I mean, come on.
All right. Well, it's like,
I don't waste any time.
Sorry if you didn't want to skip the snuggling, but
Most,
fine.
most exciting 90 seconds of her life.
And then that 8-minute 30 of snuggle time.
I'll wait.
That's how I bring them
wait.
back.
That's what they love.
Sloane's gonna pick up all the books that he got from Armitage's diary and stuff like that, and he's just gonna head into the car and wait.
Nice.
Cassandra, the asylum. Do you know what's happening there?
Bad things. Carrington. I've seen him going in and out of that place, and I've seen what's come out of it as well. Those are the first ones I've seen in Arkham, though. I'm pointing towards the one that's on the, on the couch,
How's
basically.
he doing?
Is
He's
he
fine.
still asleep?
Yeah,
Okay.
he's still knocked out pretty much. Like, maybe coming around a little bit. They're mindless
there-
abominations at this point.
I don't think that they're entirely mindless. There's something that's still human, that's still himself in there. Are you sure there's nothing that can be done?
He looks at the kind of pathetic creature before you. You could try. But I'm not sure it'll find you any answers that you're looking for. Your god might want you to believe that, of course. You can help anyone, forgive anyone, but I found forgiveness doesn't get you very far.
This doesn't have anything to do with my god. This has to do with me being a person. And that being a person too.
Risk your life if you want. I don't see a person here.
Garen's going to untie the creature from the table and then sort of like tie his arms behind his back. Is there room in the trunk?
Oh, maybe we shouldn't take
You
him with
want
us.
to bring him with us?
I don't
Well,
think that's a good idea.
What else do we do with him? Do we let him go?
Why don't you guys
No.
walk on out to the car? I'll take care of this. I'll send him on his way.
He's not very happy like he is.
What? I'm sorry.
He's out of the asylum, so that's good. But I don't think we're gonna get
Best
much
90 seconds of my life.
I understand that. Yeah, why
That's
don't
right.
Kip,
Keep that in your mind. I'm already in there working.
Yeah, Cassandra, you and Kip can go talk about that. Because I happen to believe Garen, when the one was choking me, he almost looked like he was trying to fight it but couldn't. So there's something there. Now you say that holy blood can help kill these things. Can it not help purify them? If you tried a not so dramatic way of introducing this blood to see if it could maybe purify?
I don't know if we have time to do scientific experiments. By all means, try.
Doc, when I hit these things, man, they're filled with the green shit. I mean, to cure these guys, we have to figure out how to cure the green shit, right?
Well, yeah, I kind of want to do that, Kip. It's become pretty important to me over the last couple days that maybe we can figure out how to cure this. And
I'm not saying we don't, Doc. I'm saying that, yeah, we put forth, but, one of us isn't worth this whole place going down, so neither is one of these guys. Why don't we just tie him up in the fucking basement? If we figure it out, we come back and take care of him.
Right.
If we don't, we're all dead anyway.
Try feeding it some of the blood.
I mean,
Cassandra, we're going out on a limb working with you, not knowing a lot about you and your organization. And while part of me wants to trust you, would you trust us and keep this creature tied up and safe on the off chance that we can find a cure and maybe be able to come back and help it?
I'll keep it locked up, yes.
Dr. Allen, does that work for you?
yeah, that should be fine. Yes.
Me too. Garen will head out to the car.
Okay, I'll sit next to Garen in the car. In the back seat.
All right.
I call shotgun.
Who's driving? I'm just
Jolly, you're
kidding.
driving.
I'm just kidding.
You'll find Sloane already asleep on the back seat. just like in the corner like that.
No, I like scoot him up and like sit in the middle, and then I'm like next to Garen.
You feeling okay, Lou?
Me? Yeah. Yeah. I'm feeling fine. How are you feeling?
Oh, not so good, but I'm hoping
Yeah,
maybe
we saw some nice things tonight.
we haven't slept in a while, and I'm thinking
No,
maybe a
we
nap.
should cuddle. Yes. Well, jolly struggle. I think we need to hit Cardboard Town on the way out. I have some things to give to the people there.
I don't. Why don't we take a vote? I'm not making this decree. I cannot go against the monarch of Cardboard Town.
Yeah, I have to give reverse taxes, and she's gonna pull out like the pocket of money and like other things that she pickpocketed from all of the students and people in front of the university.
Sure.
Maybe we can just like, is it okay if we just drive by and drop it off?
We can drive by. I'll step back real quick, be like, "Hello, loyal subjects," and then I'll do reverse taxes. They usually form a queue, and then we can go.
I wouldn't mind seeing Cardboard Town for just a minute on our way out of town.
Yeah, not a long
All right.
stay, just to stop.
World's ending? I mean, absolutely. Cardboard Town.
Let's see the sights before the end of the world.
Yeah,
Right.
you guys
Won't be
have
here
to
for
see.
long. Yep.
Truly, it is one of
Alright.
the three wonders of Arkham.
It is.
Besides, Garen has to meet the Queen's parents.
What?
Oh
They don't
boy.
live
You aren't
there.
that far. Oh, sorry, my bad.
They don't live there.
Yes.
They're dead.
All right.
All right.
Go homes to Cardboard Town.
You want to take the car there or just walk?
How far is it?
I'm taking the car. We're not walking back.
It's probably the other side of town, you know, like... Actually, I say that, you're in the Port District, so you're probably not that far, but yeah.
Yeah.
You can take the car.
And like while we're like driving there, like reach out and I scoop some dirt and I'm like, I'll go get me street cred back. There we go. They won't recognize me all cleaned up like I am. Just there we go.
Nailed it.
Perfect.
Yeah, you immediately put yourself back into the attire of the monarchy, Cardboard Town.
Kip gets ready to say something about how absurd and insane everything is. Then he glances down at the fucking platypus riding in his lap and stays quiet.
So, you return to Cardboard Town. Of course,
My spoon crown on.
yeah, everyone's really asleep as you arrive at this small kind of shanty town, really, just built out of cardboard boxes of the homeless that live in Arkham.
Alright, yeah, I pull out my kazoo and I go, wake up everybody!
Former asylum victims who have, perhaps escaped or just been let out after their sentence, or convicts, this sort of ragtag group emerge somewhat. Some of them will poke their heads out to see what's going on, and others just do not stir a single inch. You can see the legs poking out of the different cardboard. And there's probably 30 people here, right? It's a substantial group of people who are sleeping out. As it's begun to rain as you guys pull up in your car. You toot your kazoo. Someone shouts, "Where is it?"
Your queen has returned!
Huh?
It's time for reverse taxes!
He pokes his head back into the cardboard.
And I run out and I just start giving money to everybody. And just tuck it into their pockets and run out. And,
Yeah,
there you go.
When
there you go.
that becomes clear, they start coming out.
Yeah.
People start coming out into the rain to
This isn't the first time you've done reverse taxes, people. Come on. You know the drill.
Yeah. They all kind of form something of a line, and we'll
Your
take
baby
any handouts.
goes up on the, I don't know, and I just get all the money out that I collected.
You see Timmy here. The young
Yeah,
lad.
I'll give him some money and university notes. And I'm like, it's exam season, so if you find the people who these notes belong to, you will charge a finder's fee for these, and they'll be happy to have their notes back.
Oh, thanks, miss. Appreciate it.
Yeah, over ruffling his hair.
What you up to then? I heard there was more trouble at the university.
Yeah, you should avoid being there. Probably tomorrow. Wait for it to quiet down a bit. Professor Armitage may have had a bit of a slip with the botany professor lady. She was there tonight, and it was very messy. Don't go into the library for a little bit till they
That's
clean it
bad.
up.
Sounds
It
bad,
wasn't very
especially
nice.
from what I saw of Miss Aurelia. She was
Yeah.
all kinds of fucked up, you know.
She is. All right. And if any of you all hear anything about some like golden something or other, like a feral something or anything, send a message to me, and I'll pay you money if you have good information about it.
All right, yeah.
Yeah.
You got a fancy car, Miss. Where you're going this time of night?
We're going out of town for a little picnic with me boyfriend. That's me boyfriend, and I point to Garen.
Oh, nice to meet you again, sir.
Yeah, they're going to get married. Roll the window back.
Oh, that's real nice. That's real nice. Well,
Yep.
best of luck to you all with
All
that.
right. Yeah, stay safe.
If you head Aylesbury or Dunwich way, you might run into my dad.
Your dad, what's your dad's name?
They call him Jimbo the Spanker. Don't know why.
Jimbo the Spanker. All right.
Yeah,
Thanks.
yeah.
What time have you sent me?
Tell him I say hi, and I hope he comes back home.
Oh, we'll definitely do that for you, Tommy. And I'll ruffle
He,
his
like,
hair again.
brightens
You
up.
stay safe, and don't go poking into the asylum right now. It's not. That's where they got some fungus there, and it's not very good. That's where the doctor really has gone. So I'd stay away from there if I were you.
Okay, yeah. Well, there's that little shooter I go up sometimes, but maybe I
Yeah.
won't go up there.
Just stay away from that until I tell you it's safe, okay?
Okay. Thanks, miss. You're so nice. You,
Alright,
you,
yeah,
you wouldn't be able to take me with you. Would you get me out of Cardboard Town? Maybe drop me off somewhere on the coast, and I'll set myself up. Maybe Aylesbury's is meant to be not nice in Arkham. Maybe I
She's
could
like, she kind of
run
looks
into my
back
dad.
at the car and she's like, I think that maybe not this next time we'll take you out. We're not headed in the coast direction this time, but next time when we come back, we'll take you someplace real nice, okay?
Okay, miss. Thanks.
All right, and I give him like,
And he vomits up a bunch of fungus.
oh, and I give him like some of the bird seed in my pocket. I'm like, here. I don't know. I have random shit.
Thanks, miss.
All right, just take care of yourself.
You haven't got a spoon, do you?
I mean, I'll break off one of the spoons off my crown and a rusty fork. I'm like, here you go.
Oh, thanks. He takes
Alright.
it with a big, hearty smile and waves goodbye to you all.
All right.
I love the idea that Dr. Allenbus is just in a car and he sees Lockpick Lou and just shakes his head as soon as she starts talking. Just, no. No.
All right.
Alright then. So, back into the car for Lou.
Yep.
Back out the wet. It is pretty rainy.
Thanks, guys, for the stop.
Yeah. To Dunwich.
Yep.
Welcome to
And
Dunwich.
I like Lou like not long after she gets to the car, she kind of just like passes out like on like Garen's lap.
Garen's trying to sleep, but it takes him a little while longer because he's very uncomfortable sitting next to Lou. But he does finally manage, because he's exhausted, just to pass out against the window.
All right. And Kip is driving, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Cool. I have a thing. So you head through the night towards Dunwich from out of Arkham, leaving the town behind you, heading through the dark and through the rain. It's pretty oppressive rain, and the storm is brewing quite well tonight as you leave Arkham itself. Looking back over the town, you can see, as it draws into the distance, these kind of specks of white, hot flashes of lightning, which are raining down above the town, and very similar, if not identical, to the storm that brought you into Arkham the very first night you came here. So, as you enter the kind of land between Arkham and Dunwich, you're going to cross over sort of like a state line almost, into which is Dunwich country. The road becomes basically just a dirt track, so you're no longer on any kind of like concrete or cement. Nice road to be driving on. It becomes a very bumpy, especially in this old car that you guys are in, right? Yeah, it's a very bumpy ride. It's sludgy and muddy underfoot under the tire, thanks to the storm which has been in the area, and looks like the kind of rain's passed from Dunwich over towards Arkham, so all this land is like wet and squelchy. There's a few times where you find like a wheel stuck and have to like push her out to get her started again through these fields. Very thick like cornfields are around here as well. You're really in like farming land basically, so everything around you is like, you might see the occasional like wheat storage huts, maybe the occasional farm or cottage lying off in the distance with a light on, but that's really the only thing to guide you through the darkness. It's surprisingly slow on the Dunwich Road as you're coming in, thanks to the bumpiness and the tough journey as you're entering into Dunwich itself. Kind of referring back to your map, you guys are coming in from the left-hand side, right? So you got to hit Arkin's place pretty quick. Henry Arkin's place is going to be one of the first locations that you guys are going to go past. And as you're traveling through the night, you hear two pops, which at first you think might be like the wheel, spinning out of control or something like that. But it sounds distinctly like gunfire in the distance. You've been traveling for maybe like a few hours through this storm. And through the rain you can hear this as well, so it can't be that far away. Either side of you, as you're on this dirt road track, this like wheat fields, right? So you're truly in like an American horror movie. These long wheat fields either side of you, so it's very difficult to see anything around. It's possible that there is a farmhouse nearby. It's difficult to tell where you are on the map right now, but you'd put yourself as entering into Dunwich, that part of the Miskatonic Valley. Having come from Arkham after the several-hour journey. And you hear these two boom, boom, but muted from the distance, shots of gunfire.
Kip, you heard that, right?
Yeah, what Kip will do is, as everybody's said that they were dozing and whatnot and sleeping, Kip will bang the roof of the car to wake everybody up and inform them of the gunshots and that he doesn't have a bearing on them.
Garen will shoot up, his head will shoot up, and he'll say, you said gunshots.
Yeah, a couple pops.
Where from? Could you tell?
Can't tell, no.
So wakes up and she's like, I don't want to go back to the asylum. What?
Yeah. Sloan will wake up and go, Matthew! And then he'll quickly take a thing and swig a vial and calm down and...
All right,
They had to be close, right? I mean,
yeah, be on the lookout. Everybody look outside. See if you see something pulling off here, the main road, some type of road to a farmhouse or a adjacent property, something that looks like it bleeds off of this one. That's the only way that we're going to be able to figure something out. This shit is thick, man.
Yeah, are there any lights, nearby, that look man-made?
You could probably spot hidden. As you've been going down this dirt road, there have been a few like street lamps either side, but none of them have been lit.
Oh, no,
Ooh, I succeed on a spot hidden.
I don't see Jack.
Yes.
Jolly succeeds as well.
Yeah.
Who thunk it? Jolly and Lou.
Yeah, the two of you kind of spot out this dingy little light through some of the like sheaths of wheat. It's perhaps like 200 feet to your left. And just kind of like as the wheat kind of sways in the wind, you see it for a second and it goes blown back up again. So it's very difficult to see, but it is there. There's definitely a farmhouse.
Troller, you see that?
I do. Knowing now where it is in relation to the road, can I be on the lookout for like a mailbox, a stone, so-and-so farm? Yeah, anything that marks like a driveway or an entrance. Now, back in this time, there might not be any vehicular access, but there would still be wagon and access of that nature. So
For sure, yeah, it's a farm. So they do have a like a small little driveway which you can spot, which kind of pulls up towards the farm. It doesn't stop right by it. It instead stops by their kind of like outer shed, which looks to house probably their like tractor, right? A wagon maybe. So you can pull it up towards that way if you'd like to.
Okay, yeah. I'll turn the lights off and bring her in as quiet as I can.
Okay. You bring her in. through the kind of sludgy track, and you stop just outside because the gates to the almost like out garage, right, where they hold their tractor, this big old hut, they're like closed. You can see that there's a light on in the farmhouse just to the right hand side. No one seems to be coming out though to greet you.
Okay, Jolly will do two things when he jumps out. The first thing is most vehicles at this time had wet boards that were either on the sides or in the trunk, and you just basically put them under the back wheels so they wouldn't sink into the mud. It would disperse. So he's gonna do that immediately, and then he's gonna go over to the carriage house or the outlier garage, and he's gonna see if there's any identification for the name of the family, like if there's like Arkin or anything like that, because we know that it's before we get into Dunwich, and I want to make sure that we've identified this correctly as the Arkin farm.
Yeah, you can remember a spot hidden there, Kip.
Okay, I'll do that.
The rain is pretty thick.
I succeeded on my one, so I'm sure I'll fail on this one. Go! I did it!
Nice. There is indeed a sign that you can see, which is just above the household, which reads Arkin, and looking on the outside kind of tractor house as well, there is Arkin, which is written across it proudly.
Okay, Jolly's gonna take about 5 minutes to maneuver the car back around so it's pointed back out along the road, and he's gonna make sure that the wheels are firmly braced so not to sink into the ground. And he's gonna tell everybody else this is the Arkin farm.
What time is it? I check like my 8 watches.
Which all tell different times.
They all say different times.
It's it's gone midnight. It's getting closer towards the next day. It's probably 3 a.m. at this point.
Okay.
You're in that real
So, close to like when a farmer would be waking up to get the morning chores done. Okay.
Sure.
And during the 5 minutes as we're sort of being repositioned and everything, do we hear more gunshots or
There are
any other signs?
no more sounds which come above the sound of the rain whilst you're in the car, at least. When you step out of the car, which presumably you have to at some point, right? You will hear like birdsong, right? They are like songbirds that you can hear, which seem to be active in the rain, and they kind of dance atop the sheafs of wheat out in the fields and make quite a haunting melody. But it is quite a sing-songy bird song that you're hearing. But they don't seem to have been disturbed by the gunshots, or if they did, they've come back very quickly to the area, right? They seem to be enjoying the rain and out at an odd hour for, birds. Chilling.
Do we think this Henry Arkin, he's going to be a dangerous fellow?
Yes.
I mean, at 3 a.m., most people are dangerous.
Whether he's dangerous to us is another thing. But we need to talk to him.
It's 3 a.m., Sloan.
Then we wait in the car until dawn.
We could, if he's not awake yet, poke around and see what we might be able to find out before he's awake. Sometimes that's the best way to get information.
Can ask him
Like-
politely but firmly to tell us everything he knows.
In my experience, farmers seeing people walk around their land early in the morning does not have good consequences.
I agree with Sloan. It's a good way to get shot.
Yeah, speaking of shot, there were 2 shots, and he could be bleeding out in there right now. And then we waited till morning, and
You could
Well,
send.
let's just go in.
perhaps with a bit of subterfuge. I don't know.
We could just go look around the front and the back.
No offense, but the rest of us are pretty shitty doing that.
I didn't want to volunteer anyone.
I will. Lou, this is your show.
Yeah. How do we want to get in? Window, back door, front door?
No.
Attic?
Just
Lou, just look.
Just look.
Just look in, see if you can see anything.
Oh, okay. I'll like sneak up and look in a window then.
Sure. You look into a farmhouse with, there's like a candle on in there. You can see that there's a table which has been set, and
How many
partly
people has it been set for?
You can see that there are 3 people at this one, and it looks like the food for the most part has been eaten. The places haven't been taken away.
Okay. Do I see anything else?
From this angle, as you're like looking in through a crack in the
The shutters.
the shutters, you can't see much else. Like it's a kitchen lounge area. Like it's not a very big farmhouse.
Okay. I'll go over to another window then. I'll keep like very quietly.
You can roll me a stealth check.
Okay. That is a success.
Yeah, you sneak around to the opposite window to get a different angle on it, and you can see that there are steps down to most likely what is some kind of cellar. There is a light on down there.
Oh, there's a light on down there. Does it look like... Is there any blood on the floor? Or...
Doesn't seem like it.
Okay. The fact that the food is uneaten and still on the table is a bit odd. It's people back then usually cleaned up pretty quickly. She'll go back and report her findings. Is there a back door or just a front door only?
Just a front door.
Okay. She'll scurry back and... So there's a locked dinner for 3 and it's eaten, but they didn't clean up, and there's a lot on in the base in the cellar.
Cellar, you say?
If someone was to, say, torture someone.
They'd probably do it in a cellar.
Was
That's
there
what I'd do it.
was there a cellar door in the back?
There's stairs down from the inside.
Perhaps we should take a closer look. Or
Perhaps
this.
maybe someone could knock on the front door, and we could look for back cellar entrance. Generally, don't cellars usually have?
Did I see a back, like any type of other entrance when I did that little circle?
Well,
of
not
the
from
house?
where you were. It's possible that the cellar entrance would be nearer the tractor house.
Okay.
Also, if you do knock the door, you are alerting the person in the base.
Yeah, I could sneak us in. I could just pick the lock. If it's locked, might not even be locked.
May I suggest that we all not go in? That you just go in, check the basement. Any noises, screams.
I don't hear nothing, but yeah.
And if there is just silence, it's possible he is already dead.
You want me to look for another entrance, real quick?
Or just go through the front door.
If Lou goes in by herself, I don't feel comfortable just in case she gets spotted.
Then feel free to go in with her.
Hold on a second. Before we all swing our dicks out here and see who's bigger, and then we follow that person. It's Lou, right? Can I check the garage and see if there's vehicles inside?
Sure. It's locked, but you can see through like a crack in the
You
wood.
need help. You need help with that.
Yeah, Lou.
Okay. Oh, it's still locked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Like, this is a really tricky lock. It's all rusty.
It's like one of those.
Hold on.
It's like an
It's enough
old-fashioned
of a
one. Let Luz know. It's like it's a farmer's lock, which is
Son of a bitch, I can't roll for shit today.
nefarious. Yeah.
I could spend 3 luck, but it's like a window into the garage.
There's thunder, lightning and thunder, right? That you described,
Yeah.
Will.
Sure.
Okay. Jolly just waits. It's an old lock. He puts his bat inside, sees the flash. 1, 2. As soon as it goes, he's ready to pull and just pop the lock off of it.
You can to be honest, at this point, you
I'm a
can,
hammer.
yeah, you can you could bust this thing down if you wanted to. I mean, either way, it's gonna make a lot of noise. You could see through a crack if you wanted to wait for a flash of lightning to go and just
Okay.
to look inside. You don't have to unlock it to see inside. You can see that there's like 2 tractors in here, right?
Okay, that's cool. There's nothing that can chase us then. All right, so Lou, if she
Yeah.
goes in, Lou either stays outside by herself or she goes in with somebody else, because we can't. Lou gets in there, someone closes the door behind her. She's dead before we can get to her.
Yes.
No offense, Lou. I mean, I know you're tough, but what if there's like 20 of them?
Oh, that's a lot of people to put in the basement. What are they doing down there?
I don't know, but they could be just planning to get the Queen of Cardboard down. Some type of coup,
She did just reemerge.
right?
Then may I suggest we select the next lightest person on their feet to go in with her. The longer we talk, the more chance the person in the basement dies.
I agree.
All right. Who's going with me?
I'll go. I'll go, and I'll leave. And he leaves his sword in the car, but he takes his Bible and rosary. He says, and perhaps if we do get cornered, a man of the cloth might be able to talk his way out of the dangerous situation.
Okay, let's go.
Be careful.
Maybe Jolly, you can be at the other side of the front door just in case. And if I scream really loudly, you know to come in and smash the skulls in with your bat.
You want me to bring your sword, Father?
Hold on to it.
If there's a scream, can I touch it, or I'm gonna burn and burst into flame? I'm
No,
not
nothing
necessarily the most chaste.
Nothing like that. But yes, yeah. If you think there's danger, go ahead and grab it. I would appreciate that. Thank you.
Oh, let's go. And she's gonna take Garen's hand and just skip towards the house.
Who has the jar of blood?
I do.
You still with the car?
Yeah, I'm staying with you guys. Yeah, you and Doc.
Sloane's just gonna ask, may I examine the jar of blood?
You're not gonna drink it or anything, are you?
No.
Is this the time for that, Sloan?
Well, do you have any other better ideas while we wait for them to return?
Yeah, I'll share it with you. Let's get in the back seat here real quick. We'll climb in the back seat with you.
Okay.
That's where I do my best work.
Best 90 seconds of his life.
90 seconds later, Sloan is a changed man.
He's like skipping out of the car, like to West Side Story as he comes out.
Yeah.
Love it.
Basically, all I'm going to do with the thing is use my occult and knowledge of cults if there's been any other cultish that have used similar things, really.
Yeah,
You know,
roll me an occult here.
You know?
Like, blood
Just to
has
get an
a
idea
very long history with
There were these
with
four
cults.
badasses that like destroyed Venice.
That is a
Stream?
critical success. A great extreme.
Loving that harmony there. Yeah. That's what happens when Sloan gets something. He's like, ha,
Yeah,
ha,
he
ha,
kind of
ha.
goes. Higher he goes, the more he's close to the mark.
90 seconds, I told y'all.
He has to get the wine glass out and stuff soon. Sloan.
Cigarette.
I mean, you know a great deal about like. There is a long and tortured history with blood and cults in general, right? Like most people, and this is probably what something that Sloan would know. Most cultists would certainly believe that blood has power, right? It's like the energy of all living beings or some kind of like blood running through them, right? And if that blood is spilt, then certain creatures might be appeased by sacrifice, and blood can come a sacrifice of like spilling your own blood, spilling someone else's blood. Some ancient people would believe that like cutting the throat of a virgin is like good luck, that kind of thing. Even in a great deal of societies, like cutting sacrificial lamb and stuff like that, it's pretty common. In terms of like specifically drinking a priest's blood, right? This is probably what Sloan is thinking about here. Looking back into the annals, does drinking a priest's blood have any particular effect? First of all, it is like a most like unholy act. It is like absolutely abhorrent to like God, anyone in the church. If you believe that these powers have any kind of real power, and you have witnessed Garen perform a spell, so at this point, Sloan might realistically believe that Garen has some kind of power, then to drink the blood of a priest could have some very bad effects. Right? It would not go well. However, it is also like an alchemical ingredient, right? If this fungus doesn't like priest's blood because priest's blood is holy and you believe in this magic stuff, then potentially it could have a reaction with that. You have no idea what that reaction might be, but certainly across history, a cult's practice could be, usually spilling of blood is used to make something happen. It's possible that blood with this could have a reverse effect, that it could reduce a process from happening. You're not sure if blood in general, just normal people's blood or the blood of a rabbit would have any effect. Yeah. But a priest's blood certainly is said to have power, more so than that of a normal person.
The doctor's still with me, yeah? Pierce is still with me, yeah?
Yes.
Sloan is going to go to Pierce. Next time you cough up some fungus,
There you
let
go.
me know.
What? Oh, you want this?
Yes. Place it by there. And he's gonna... And
I gift to you.
with a thing, he's just gonna one drop and then pop it on the fungus and see what happens.
Pop it on the fungus. Like
Pop it on the fungus.
Hashtag pop it on the fungus. Yeah, you pop it right on that. You pop it right on that fungus like it's some chutney on a poppadom. To look back on our good companion Chet. You watch as the fungus, this moist green mucousy body of fungus spores, begin to retract. It's like a sponge, right? And when you pour water on a sponge, like they kind of like condense it in, right? After a certain amount of pouring, like it begins to like bleed through, and you just get blood going everywhere. But certainly, like they kind of retracted somewhat.
Does it completely eradicate it?
No, it does not. It perhaps reduces it by 50%. You've poured quite a bit of blood on this small spore, though. So if you're thinking ration-wise, maybe you poured a tenth of this jug onto this handful of spores. There's quite a lot of them, and the other thing is that they reproduce at a rapid rate, these spores within the body. That much you know, right? So it perhaps could have some kind of effect.
Might be something for the doctor to consider.
I was going to see about feeding some of the blood to our captured assailant earlier.
If you would like, you could have a small amount, a few drops, see what happens. But later. I don't think we should do that.
While the other two are going up to the farmhouse, Jolly is going to get out his the wood stick that he has, and he's going to dip it into the priest blood, and much like a stylist, he's going to begin to lower it into the symbols of his bat all around, finishing off with the eye. He's going to paint the eye, and when he does, the eye blinks on the end.
That's funny because that's exactly what Cassandra had in mind when she gave you this very big jar. It's like wide brimmed enough to get the bat in there, if you were to dip. She's got it all. It's even got like a lip on it, right? So you can like pour nicely. Like a gravy broth.
It's like a painter's can, right?
Yeah, yeah. Fuck yeah. I've never been so excited by an object like this before in a game. I love it. Great. So the others, meanwhile, are heading into the Arkin farmhouse. So we've got Lockpick
We're on
Lou
a second date.
and Garen O'Kane on their second date.
Yep.
Boyfriend and girlfriend, quote unquote, head towards the farmhouse. The door is there. The door is locked, right?
Yeah. Okay. I'll unlock it. I'm like locked, and I like.
Yeah, it was locked 1 second. Like all that Lou does. First of all, you like clunk it and it's locked, and then Lou opens it, like tries the door handle, and it's just opened, right? Like you could have sworn it was locked.
Well, good work there, Lou.
I'm really good at getting things in the holes.
Let's.
I hold up a bobby pin. I stick it back in my hair.
So, how do you want to proceed here?
She just puts her finger on his lips, and it's just like shh. And she takes his hand and she sneaks in.
And thanks so much to Grant. Chris says to Greg, Lindy, and Pruitt, take care of yourselves, kids. Hashtag broke boy Grant. Oh my god, I love it. So the three of you, the two of you,
yes,
as I mentioned, Grant was there for a second. Just the two of you enter into the farmhouse. You open the door, and the kitchen is there before you. The table is laid, food has been there but hasn't been taken away. There's an entrance into a bedroom in one direction, and in the other direction there's the entrance to the cellar.
Is the entrance to the bedroom open? Is it closed?
Oh, Karen.
It is. It's a semi, right? It's semi-opened. Kind of half-mast.
Any signs of struggle, maybe around the table or in the area?
Sure. You can roll me spot hidden here.
Yeah, I'm gonna also put on my mask
Creepy. It's like a neutral mask, right?
Yeah.
So it's like really fucking creepy when you put it on.
Oh, is it? Sweet. I
Garen
have it like
considers-
on my head, and I can pull it down if I want to.
Garen has his mask and he considers putting it on, but he doesn't. Instead, he keeps it tucked away.
When you put the mask on, Lou, you hear a voice which says, "Ah, another one. Excellent." It might be like the voice might have come down from the cellar. You think maybe?
All right. Yeah, I want to listen and see if I hear anything.
Sure. Garrett, you don't see signs of a struggle down here, as such as you look at the bedroom. As you look around the kitchen, you can see that there are like spent gun casings. 2 of them, which would be in line with the 2 shots that you heard, and the shooter was probably at the top of the staircase, looking down into the cellar.
He'll kind of wave towards Lou and he'll say, I think the shooter, and he kind of relays what he's learned. And then he points upstairs. He says, do you want to check up there first?
So we think the shooter was shooting down into the basement.
Yeah.
Is this a 2-story house?
The bedroom
Or
is
is it just-
so you guys are on like the ground floor. The bedroom is kind of just off to the right, so not up a flight of stairs, but down the flight of stairs is where the cellar is. Sorry.
Okay. So there's no like second story up there. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. So she'll just be like, kind of nod and point towards the basement, and she'll have Shanky out just in case, but kind of like but like in her like a coat pocket, so that way it's not like, oh yeah, I'm walking down with the knife out. It's just
Right.
subtle.
And thank you so much to
And
the 2. It gives me 4 20s.
He'll follow her, and he'll have his Bible in one hand and rosary in the other hand.
I love it. All right, you step down towards the staircase. Roll me stealth checks.
Oh, that is not a success. Do I spend the luck?
Garen succeeds.
Oh, that's like 9 luck. I think I'm gonna hold off. Oh.
Good.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
You sure? You sure about that?
Okay, fine. I'll spend the 9 luck. I don't want to get shot in the fucking face.
Reasonable. I do have 4 20s. 5, in fact.
Yeah, that's what I was like. Yeah. Okay.
not
So
a
yeah, I'll
greedy user.
spend the luck.
Yeah. You step down the staircase and you smell decay down here. That kind of stale air which is wafting up towards you as you head down these creaky steps, but manage to avoid any particularly creaky ones on your way down, sneaking your way into the small cellar area. There are 2 bodies down here. 2 women have been shot. Center of the forehead, basically. And their brains are splattered across the cellar. Down here there is a man who's wearing this kind of like just farmer's shirt, really. He looks like a peasant, to be honest. And he is covered in these spores, which are all over him. He's like juddering as he's doing this. He's got the gun in one hand, and he's just whispering, "Judgment Day, Judgment Day, Judgment Day, Judgment Day." And he looks towards the bodies again, and he's like, "Judgment Day, Judgment Day." He hasn't seen you yet.
Well, that's good because he's crazy. And I don't like crazy people. Just kind of like go back a couple steps up the stairs and look at Garen and be like,
Garen glances between Lou and the fella, and is the guy? Does he look deformed like Dr.
yeah, like
Smith
how
did?
spory is he?
How spory is he?
He doesn't look as though he's as bad as Dr. Aurelia Smith. He looks as though, those cactus called, when you like, there are some cactus and they like attach themselves onto you, right? And there's like spikes all over. It's like he's been covered in like puffballs, basically, of spores. It looks like they have like latched onto him more so than like come out of his mouth, if that makes sense. He hasn't vomited them up, it seems like. They have just like been collapsed around his body. And Lou, you would have spotted as you entered in just around like the ceilings that there are like bunches of spores in the ceiling and on the back wall, which seem to be quite virulent down there.
Ooh, that's gross. Gross lentils.
Are they moving, the spores? Like, are they active on their own?
You can get a sight of them. They don't appear to be like moving fast, but they do appear to be like pulsing. You know, kind of like. And Henry Arkin, presumably, whispers just Judgment Day, Judgment Day, Judgment Day.
And he sort of fingers going back up the stairs.
There's a bit of misunderstanding there of finger motion. Back to the bedroom, yeah.
Nope, yeah. And Garen's gonna try to sneak
Is
back
there
up.
a door to like the basement? Like up,
Yeah,
the, up the top of the
you can see that a hatch out of here, which probably
Okay.
comes up near where like the car is at this point. But like to get to that, you got to go by the spores.
Oh no, I meant like the way we came up the stairs. Is it like a door?
There's a
to that?
door, yeah.
Yeah, I want to close and lock that.
Sure. You want to do that
With
quietly?
us are we on the outside of it or the inside
Yes.
you're closing?
Yeah. Oh, I'm not gonna lock us in with him. I'm not crazy.
Do you want to do that quietly?
Yes.
Just so you can roll me a stealth check to close that big, heavy door. It looks like this door hasn't been
That's a
open in a long
success.
time. Yeah, you just go like push it, and it just go boom. Little
That's
thud.
actually, yeah, it's a success. It's not a hard success. It's almost a success, but it's a success.
The door doesn't react any differently. It closes.
Well, I'll lock it.
Sure.
That's a success too.
Now, it's like it doesn't really have a lock. It's basically got this like bar which you pull across it.
I'll pull across it and then I'll like drag a chair over.
Yeah,
real
it's
quick.
it's
I'm
like.
like-
Yeah, it's like it does strike you as a little bit odd that they've got this big cellar door here with an iron bar across it, which you can like wrench across, almost like a submarine. Right?
Yeah, and then I'm gonna be like, you tell Jolly what happened. I'm gonna make sure the other door is locked, and I run out to the one that the door that I saw on the other side of the cellar, close to the tractor house.
And Garen will sneak out of the front of the house, and he'll immediately go over to the other three guys and wave them over and sort of just briefly describe what happened, what he saw.
Okay.
So he's locked down there right now, but
So he ain't any good to talk to, right?
well, I don't know. I didn't try. The spores that were on him, they were different than the things that we've been coughing up. It almost seemed like maybe they were on the outside controlling him. I wasn't entirely certain what I was seeing, but I thought it was a job for all of us.
What was he
Oh, yeah.
talking?
Yeah, he was saying over and over again, Judgment Day, which is the same thing that's on that crazy statue that I acquired from the police station.
And
No,
was
it
his
waits,
last
yeah.
words. I think we need to talk to him. That's why we're here anyway.
Yeah, we're looking for the Fernier and other potential artifacts as well. So keep him locked down there. We look for everything. If it's not there, I guess we got to go down.
We didn't look into the bedroom yet. There might be something in there.
Yes. Let's explore this house. Let's hope he is foolish enough to write things down.
So
If he can write.
true. Yeah, he might not be able to. Lou lets you guys in, presumably
Yeah.
into the.
Yeah. Did I double checked that other door entrance and that's locked too, right?
Sure. Yeah, it is.
Okay, good. I slide something heavy over it if I can. I'm just like, we're just gonna make sure he stays down there.
Yeah.
And then I'll let him in and be like, this is the grand tour.
Doc,
As soon as
sorry, one sec.
sorry.
As Doc, as you enter the farmhouse and the others kind of like spread out to search around, you feel something very disturbing within like your chest cavity.
does?
You do. you does. And as you like begin to cough, again you feel like this, like body of spores like move in your chest, and you hear, Dr. Pierce. Yes. Oh, I have reached your brain now. We can speak. At last.
Do I think? Can I think to it, or do I have to talk out loud?
You can think to it.
I'm gonna think at it first. Be like, please tell me you're not Waitley.
Is it Waitley? Yes. I'm here now, inside of you, in your body, in your veins, running through your brains. I'm here to help.
Guys.
Yeah.
Our party just grew by one.
You having a baby? You're a man. You can't have a baby.
No.
I'm not having a baby. We haven't done that yet.
No, we haven't, thankfully.
Do we get another pet?
The wizard Waitley is apparently with me.
Sloan will go look behind him.
Well, he can help us find what we're looking for here, then. Hey, wizard.
Yes, I will help you, Dr. Pierce. I will help you in so many ways. You cannot even imagine the possibilities now. We must find the golden ferronnier. Yes. That is your sole purpose now.
That's why we're here.
You should know, Dr. Pierce, that while I'm inside of you, your brain will begin to deteriorate. It is an unfortunate circumstance, but I must speak with you. You are dying, Doctor. The longer I'm inside of you, the more I eat away. And I'm very hungry. I can't help it, Dr. Pierce. I'm so hungry. And that, of course, is where we're going to wrap up tonight's session
No.
of Call of Cthulhu Nameless Horrors.
About to grab that jug and chug some blood.
Yeah, I was just about to think that.
I was gonna grab her throat and pour it in like Indiana Jones Temple of Doom style.
Open the hatch.
Whoops.
Oh my god.
In it goes. It's funny, Brute was shouting to me before, and he's like, I feel so bad it's going to happen to Pierce soon. I'm like, really? Really? Man, that was a fun one. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's episode of Nameless Horrors. If you did, please do let us know. If you enjoyed the show and you're new to the channel, hit the follow button and join us. And of course, stick around either way for our next show, Sands of Zahir. D&D 5e is coming up here in just a few minutes' time. Stick around for the next one. It's going to be another wild ride, my friends. And of course, later on as well, at 9 p.m. Eastern, if I'm still alive, presumably I don't have to chug any blood to make it there, I will be with Save or Dice tonight, along with Pruitt. And Nerdarchy, taking 20, and Pruitt's better half, Jim. So let's go around the cast and crew. Did we enjoy ourselves? Where can we find you guys online? Let's go in reverse order. So let's start with Pruitt today.
First off, thanks for that. That was awesome. No, it was absolutely great. It was amazing. I love this show. And so, yeah, I'm Pruitt, part of WebDM. Come on over to YouTube, check out our videos over there. You can find me on Twitter at JPruInc. Also look up at WebDM Show. That's our official Twitter. And yeah, like Will said, we'll see you tonight. Save or Dice. And yeah, we'll see how long this lasts.
Absolutely. It's been a blast. Lindy.
Oh my gosh. Amazing episode as always. I always have so much fun on Wednesdays. I for the couple days beforehand, I'm always like, only like 2 more days till I get to be a hobo. Only 24 hours till I get to be a hobo. Then I go to bed and like, hobo time tomorrow. I'm just so excited. Lou is definitely had a great day in her opinion. Like she's definitely has some misconceptions about what's going on about the scenario, most likely, but you know, she's having fun, so I'm having fun, and I apologize to Garen out of character, but not in character at all whatsoever.
Never in character.
Yeah, you can find me online at Laugh Love Lindy. Here every Wednesday for the awesome. On my own channel, I stream Dungeons & Dragons, video games, cosplay stuff, and on Sunday evenings, I'm on this guy's channel for Pulp Cthulhu. That's a crazy German scientist Dr. Lee.
Awesome. Greg.
Oh man, I had a blast today. I despite the fact that Roll20 hated my fucking guts today, it was perfect. I like having those things happen because, as we all say, the dice tell the story, and it's our job to interpret that. And it was great. And Will, you always do a fantastic job working in pets and surges, and I mean that's insane. It's so hard to do, and the fact that you're able to do it on the fly so effortlessly is something, is a sight to behold, man. But anyway, Grimjack21502 on the Twitches and on the Twitters. You can actually see me tonight from 8 to 11 on Unmade Ming's channel. Be playing the series finale of Blades in the Dark, where my lurk Steam will either become a god or the opposite. So that'll be great. And then, like Lindy said, my show on, not this Sunday because of the footballs, is 7 to 9 on Grimjack21502 on Sundays. And also this Saturday, I am super duper stoked to go on Wizards of the Coast's Twitch, doing some learn by play with this guy. And I am with a fantastic cast. I'm going to try to keep up like the fat kid behind a train, but bye, oh bye, I'm going to do it. I'm going to hope. I can't wait. So anyway, next week, 1 to 4, where it's at, right here, Nameless Horror. See you guys later.
Awesome. And Don.
Oh man, that episode was a lot of fun. The fight at the beginning was the first we've had this entire series. It was super intense. We made it through pretty well, but just things are spinning so quickly out of control for everybody. Poor Alan Pierce is having a rough time at it. I don't think we've taken we haven't slept yet. Like it hasn't, maybe only like a day or two have gone by in the story. But, you know, I've got Garen has a tumor that he's going to have to deal with. It's going to grow and worship Ryan Hawks. There's a lot of Ryan Hawks things going on for Garen right now, which is very confusing.
He is a god.
I'm having a blast.
He's a closet hawker.
I'm loving it. I love this cast. I love every Wednesday. You can catch me on Twitter at Donathan Fry. I share a bunch of different stuff that I do, from comic books and writing and other stuff with kind of role play there.
Awesome, Don. Thanks so much. And Redundant UK.
Basically, just to echo what everyone has said, it was a really good episode. As everyone else here, including everyone in chat, I really look forward to these Call of Cthulhu's. I'm just sad that they're not longer. You know, you just get into a rhythm. You just want to keep going and going and going, well into the night, just like Jolly. So you can find me. It was a great job, but you can find me Redundant UK on Twitch and Twitter and all that. And in addition, I will be at a convention Saturday in Gloucester called What's Your Game. I'll be there representing a podcast that I do. So if you do turn up there,
Do a podcast?
Yeah, I do a podcast.
What's this?
It's about LARPing. It's LARP.
I've been playing
LARP.
with you on this channel for like a year and a half, and you've never fucking mentioned that you do a podcast.
Yeah. Well, I don't like to advertise on someone else's stuff.
That's what the point is. Oh, fucking hell. All right.
But yeah, it's not the first podcast I've done. I've done podcasts for years.
Well, all right. Fucking podcast like Illuminati here.
But if you do go to Watch Your Game, don't be afraid to say hey.
It's
High five.
the fucking Banksy of podcasts. It's like, who did that podcast? Redundant UK.
I tell you what, there was a story that someone actually did recognize me from an old podcast. It was really weird. Really weird. It was the proudest moment of my entire life.
Wow, that's impressive. Well, thank you so much for revealing your secret truth to us. Out of here first, my friends. Until next time, Church Activity That Ones will be laughing when you do. Good night, everybody. Bye!